Ladies and gentlemen of the old world, I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to tonight's tournament here. It is time for NURGLE versus Bretonnia. Let's get this party started. Let's have some fun, see what's cooking, and see if we can get to the top 4 today with old NURGLE. Should be fun, but we are going to be playing Bretonnia in round uno. Let's get it. What's going on? What's going on? My opponent's doing the map bans, and we will play. Let's play Carcass. We're going to play on the NURGLE map, so we're going to be playing on the Putrefying Carcass is our first map, which is very, very lore-friendly for NURGLE. And there we go. It's going to be good. Bigfoot? Oh, I thought your name was Bigfoot. Biofoot, thank you for the $2. I heard there was Fishman. Well, we had Bigfoot yesterday. Monster Hunter, thank you for resubscribing as well. What's going on? Dark Horse has been up for 24 hours. He played an Nth tourney earlier today, went 2-2. Hey, that's not bad. He's only doing 2-rounders, huh? Yeah. I always thought his were 4 or 5 rounds, but somewhere in that ballpark. All right, so we are going to be playing these guys. Let's get James Hetfield up here as our screen blocker. And now I do have a couple builds against Bretonnia. Now, which direction do we want to go is the question. Questions. All right, that's pretty cool. NURGLE, the Bigfoot was very fun yesterday, actually. I had a pretty good time with it. My only thing that was that it was a lot of clicking, you know, towards the end of the stream. I was in a lot of pain. You know, the Bigfoot hunt was wearing down on me, but yeah, it was a good time overall. I had a blast. All right, yeah, grandfather loves us all. That's right. NURGLE's gift is going to be spread here today, and my opponent is going to be on the beloved Bretonnians. Who wins 1v1, Doomguy or Abaddon? I don't know. Doomguy's pretty OP, I think. Probably Doomguy. I mean, Abaddon's scary and all, but doesn't Doomguy, like, take down things that are, like, the size of Imperial Titans and whatnot? Yeah, so that's... I mean, Doomguy would probably be more of a fair fight with some of the really overpowered, like, Primarchs. Kind of like Magnus the Red, who's actually trying hard, you know? I don't really know, though. I don't play the Doom game, so... Okay. Where are we going here? No, controllers are harder for me, Gloomy, actually. Yeah, using controllers is not as chill for me. All right, so we got 3 of those. That's going to be adequate. We have to worry about the Peasant Archers of Doom and Gloom. Against Bretonnia, you can do some wild shit. You can go like Mass Chosen. You can go all sorts of different directions. All right, let's see what this build looks like. So this build is, build's kind of cool too. Ooh, that's a fun one, actually. Not as cool as our original setup, though. That is for damn sure. Yeah, I think that this is going to be the way. All right. Hey, thank you, Noctilus. I appreciate it, man. How you guys been? I'm painting Big Daddy Saruman in the garage. Almost got him finished up. It's going to be cool. You sent a DM? Ah, what is it? Did you forget to check in or something? All right, let's see. Do we have any buy rounds, Ents? Because then we can add you in. Shit, yeah. There's no way. I don't think there's any way to add you unless there's a buy round. Because I can give you a... There's like nowhere to physically add you in the Swiss tournament. Unless somebody drops. If somebody... here's what I can do for you, though, Ant. If somebody drops from the tournament after round 1, I can give you a round 1 buy, essentially, so you would get a victory for round 1. And then you could take their spot. and just go from there if you're down. But that's probably the best we can do unless somebody drops or doesn't show up. Just because I would love to, but it's just not possible on the website. Yeah, but it's up to you. Up to you, boss. Okay, and I think we're about ready. Yeah, this build's all right. It'll do, pig. It'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. And what else do we want to get here? I think that's pretty much it. Keep these guys. Because, you know, odds are somebody's going to drop ends. You know, it's pretty normal stuff that you get somebody leaving. Okay, yeah, that build's way better. Okay, cool. Can you dig it? Now, Bile Trolls against Bretonnia, kind of an interesting idea. They do have some armor, but the Peasant Archers can definitely put some hurt on them. Yeah. Let's see if nobody shows for you, boss. Hopefully we can get you in. Okay. Yep, I dig it. We do have to worry about the Green Knight, obviously. Green Knight is a bit of a menace, but I think I have answers for him in case he rears his ancient head. All right, so they do this. What about Rotting Riders in this matchup? Not Rotting Riders, but Angels of Decay, like flying units? I don't think so. I don't know how much I like that. The Call of the Fishmen, yes. The most forbidden faction of all. You played earlier today. How'd your tournament go earlier? Did you win your tournament? And did you? What were you playing? Were you doing like a challenge? What was the nature of the beast earlier today? Yeah, you know, the Rotflies are kind of an interesting one here. Like Plague Drones against the Bretonnian, like if they decide to go questing knights or grails or things like that. I've often thought maybe that those guys can do some work. We can experiment as well if we want to. How much is that going to be? It's going to be like this. Yeah, I think our original build was just straight up better. All right. Assyrian. So Nurgle is basically Dol Guldur from Age of the Ring. If you want a comparison to the game you come from, Nurgle is very slow. They are very, very centered around overlapping synergies and keeping their units like kind of together. They poison everything, which lowers the stats. So when they touch you, they poison you. But you know they're not as bad as Dol Guldur is. Although I don't know, honestly, they might be one of the weaker factions. But you played some Elite Dark Elf builds, nice. Nice. We're playing the dreaded Bretonnians here, so we're going to see how this goes. No Chariot Kite. Nice. Yeah, that's usually the meta for Dark Elves, right? Is, of course, Scourge Runner is just so freaking nasty. It's cool that kiting builds are actually pretty good in domination mode. We're like seeing them, you know, coming to their own here. Nope. Just knocking shit all over my desk here. There we go. All right. And GLHF. Let's freaking get it. Yeah, Nurgle is the god of plague and regeneration and moving extremely slow. Yes. Very apt. So they're very grindy. Usually Nurgle's going to be behind in value, or if they're ahead, you know, things are pretty bad for you. But they have a lot of healing, a lot of grindy durability, very high HP pools. So very good at kind of just sitting on the objectives and grinding those out. Even if they, you know, often lose the fight, they can win the game on objectives. It does happen from time to time. Yeah, it's fun. Yes. Nurgle video dropping. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Scrubby. Oh, lore video. Okay, got it. Got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it going and see if we can get cooking here. It is going to be a Tamarcon build. So we're going with Tammy. Tamarcon is pretty good against Bretonnia. He does magic damage with his Black Cleaver activated, so you can use that against Green Knight. And he's just like a robust fighter, really, which is quite cool. Probably send the great weapons off to the side to just hold it, and then we can rotate them later if need be. So we're going to keep our formation here. Tammy's going to be there. We have our Nurgle Sorcerer with... You need Rancid Visitations here, 100%. And we have our Noxbringer, too. So if you don't have Noxbringer, the Peasant Archers can really get out of control. So we need to use the Noxbringer to shut those bad boys down. Tamarcon's just my favorite. He's like my pet character. I like to just use him even if he's not the most ideal choice. He's just so rad. Some giant plague, ogre, beast, monster, man, bear, pig thing. I mean, what's not to love, right? Tamarcon and a Toe Dragon for sure is going to be happening. So Grail Knights, yeah, Grail Knights are good, but we can kite them with the Marauder Horsemen and shoot them with the Noxbringer too. And we also do have some great weapons we can call in and Pestigores, things that can target them and trade pretty well. So yeah, it's going to be Air Force build. Okay, cool. So it is going to be Mass Air Force, which is scary. And what do we have? We have you. So we just got to keep everybody together because those guys aren't going to be exceptional against a lot of my things. The Beastie here, we can just go ahead and take some pot shots at the Royal Pegasus Knights. Rot Knights are the first thing we need to get out for sure. All right, so we're going to rip some shots. If we hit them, we do make contact, which is great. So let's move up and just get this point. Just play it safe. And Marauder Horsemen are going to be our best friend right now. So we just kind of fly under them with Marauder Horsemen. Shoot at the Pegasus Knights here, play it safe, and just make sure we don't make any stupid plays that throw the game for us, right? Alright, so Noxbringer's going to be ripping shots. We do a little bit of damage. And just kind of move up towards that objective right there. You know what's my opponent's really weak against is just straight up great weapon infantry. The only thing they really have that's going to be good against it is the big man himself, King Lewin. The map is very green. Well, it's a NURGLE map. It makes sense. It's literally like the Gardens of NURGLE here. So, all right, we're going to get the Rotting Riders and just kind of keep them with our army and just slow push around. My opponent is going to get the... Oh, look at the... He's like flying into the NURGLE monster in the middle. That's really cool. All right, so, yep, just move through the woods here. Keep you guys on standby. And we need to use the Noxbringer to shoot at the horsemen to try and keep them in check as we move up to this objective here. All right, so saving up for the big boys. I could go 4 horsemen. I feel like I need a little bit more mass to deal with these guys, though, but you can see damage is already being taken, which is great. All right, if he tries to land, I don't think it's going to go great. Well, between the Grey Uppins and some of these other pieces, it's going to be a little ugly. All right, so just kind of keep flying under him, and you see how these guys are starting to take some damage? Yeah, they're starting to take a little bit of damage because the throwing axes are doing good work. All right, let's move the Noxbringer over here, get up on this point. My opponent does have me triple capped. That's pretty normal considering they went like mass mobility. We're going to get you over there. I have to be careful that my opponent doesn't mass alpha strike my Rotting Riders when they come out. You know, that could absolutely happen. So we're just going to square up, keep value farming, see how everything here is taking a bit of damage. It's just awesome, right? This is good for us. All right, so on the backside here, we're going to call in you guys, Rotting Riders, get them out, and hopefully we can get them here and my opponent doesn't go back there and hunt them down. That would be actually a very strong play. So, yeah, we get the Horsemen coming out, looking good. The value trading is going very nicely for us. We're going to move up and... just take our time. We're going to then move to the next objective there, which is going to be good. All right, so now we shoot these guys. We got the Rotting Riders out. So what we're going to leave here is a Great Weapon and a Marauder. So we're going to put you and you in group 7. We're just going to park you guys like so. Then everybody else is going to just slow push over towards the middle, basically. Yeah, that's going to be the idea. And we can use the Noxbringer to just shoot these guys and drain their ammo. All right, so the boys are on the way. Horsemen just keep doing their thing. And we just get 2 objectives and then hold on to them. If my opponent chases me, obviously. We just, kite them a little bit. Tamarcon can get in there, but my opponent with good micro is able to get away. So now we're going to get you, get another horseman coming out, and great. All right, so these guys are going to hold that objective. We need the Noxbringer to, shoot into the trees a little bit. But now we are going to get our clutches on these objectives, and we should be Netflix and chilling from here. So, yeah, this is our win condition. We don't want to try and triple cap because we're going to be getting caught in a dodgy situation here. Let's take you off fire at will. And keep the horsemen going. Yeah, Rotting Riders need to stay nearby. We just need to be very, very aware. But look how much damage we're doing already. Have we killed any models? We have killed some models, which is great. All right, so, yep. Take fire at will off. Rotting Riders are going to sit over here. And now we have our Helm's Deep that he's going to have to crack, right, if he wants to. He's going to have to crack it. So he's shooting through the trees, but that's going to mitigate some of the damage efficiency as well. We can call out some Pesties. Yeah, Pestigores will be fine. Let's get some good Great Weapon infantry over here. And yeah, now the win condition is on him. My opponent's the one who needs to advance. We can get the Noxbringer right here. Just kind of sit and hang out. These yeomen are basically going to be useless here. They're not going to do a whole lot. Do we have fire at will on? We do. Great. All right. So Noxbringer's here. I'm going to shoot at these peasant bowmen because they're a little bit blobbed up there. So we're going to see if we can wear those guys down before all is said and done. Let's see if we can make direct contact and drain some ammunition. So I do have a heal. So if they waste ammo into the 90 armor of this bad boy, I think we're just chilling. Rotting Riders do have passive regeneration as well. We do manage to nail those peasant archers, so now we can turn and shoot at the Wardens of Montfort. The Pegasus Knights don't have too many good homes, to be honest with you. That's one thing that's tricky for them. All right, so they're going to charge some Marauders, which is totally fine. We just screen them here. The Marauders will, they'll take some damage, but we can just resummon them, and we'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to go over here, follow with the Horsemen, get the Great Weapons moving in, and now these guys are on fire at will. We're going to keep you nearby here, and Tamarcon's going to go, my opponent trying to do like a cute little dual prong charge, which I don't hate. And yeah, at the end of the day, we get some good damage there. Noxbringer's in good shape. Tamarcon, we don't want to use any of his abilities, but we are going to do this, and we're going to park you back here, get a horseman chilling, and form ranks, and we can unsummon that injured marauder in a moment. All right. So it's a lot of effort what my opponent's doing. It's going to be a lot, and if they try to charge the Great Weapons, it's going to be an actual legitimate loss for them. Tamarcon and the Rotting Rider is going to kind of hold shit down, and we need you to probably save your ammo. We'll see. Tamarcon's nearby. We do have more Pesties on the way in, and we have another Horseman there as well. So we're going to need to unsummon here. My opponent teasing a little bit. We do have Horsemen there, so they can do this. And you guys can do this and this. Great, so let's do that, and we'll keep a couple of you guys down here as well. All right, so we'll get you guys in 6. There we are. And you can see this trade's going fine for us. There's a lot of damage going down on those, and we can just straight up call in another Armored Warrior, which is not going to be good for them to trade with. So let's get you, get the Armored Warrior out there, and eventually this mobile squad is going to need to come in and fight, right? It's going to need a little bit of milk here. So I could unsummon some of the Horsemen. Archer's getting some good shots, though. That is good volley fire. So we're going to pull you back a little bit. So here and here. Okay, so you guys keep hanging. And the Noxbringer's just going to juke a little bit. Ammunition's almost gone on these units. Let's shoot there. And how are we looking? All right, Rotting Rider's still in good shape. My opponent's eventually going to need to advance here, so we're going to unsummon you guys, because we want that Horseman ammunition. You can see all the flyers there in very, very, very bad shape, actually. All right, any Archers coming in? We do see them blobbed here, so that's a bit of a mistake positionally. We'll see if we can punish that. And cool, so let's group these guys up in 3. And now our shielded boys can just go out there. Great Uppins are going to hang there as well. We have another Great Uppin on the way in. So we are going to be passing our opponent in points soon. Tamarcon is eating a little bit of volley fire, but nothing that can't be healed, right? Nothing that can't be healed. So yeah, my opponent's got some value, but we're actually ahead on value here, so that's good. All right, so let's get the throwing weapons going in, and they can go after the Hold King Lewin here. So we're going to get some throwing weapon pressure on him. Pull back. Yes, if he lands, he's going to be taking a hell of a lot of damage, so I don't think he will. You guys come back here, and the Noxbringer is... I'm actually legit thinking about unsummoning the Noxbringer here, getting it out of here and just getting a fresh one. We get a lot of HP off Lewin, and look, every little bit towards the healing cap is going to be brilliant for us. So, all right, so let's unsummon you, get our refund here, and then we're going to keep you guys going. That's going to be perfect. Ammunition is shooting into the Marauders here. Let's get a Forsaken unit to come up and just kind of be in position. We got our Helms deep. We got our Helms deep, guys. And unsummons are coming in. We're going to have fresh horsemen with fresh ammo. That's why, you know, it's important to do that. We're going to keep Tamarcon nearby here. You guys are going to go there. We'll get the horsemen to trade against them and keep you nearby. So, yeah, Marauder's taking a little something, but nothing too crazy. All right, so let's get another Great Open over there. You guys are doing it. Rotting Riders are nearby. And, yeah, maybe he goes for an Alpha Strike on us. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. All right, let's do this. Get a third one. And there we are. All right, so Tamarcon's nearby, but those are Great Uppins, so it's not going to be quite as good for them. So let's keep getting the throwing weapons. You guys reform the ranks. We're going to keep you here and just kind of countercharge those Questing Knights here. And see if my opponent slips on the micro. They might, because the Rotting Riders with infantry support should trade extremely well into those guys. And it looks like my opponent bails at the last second. Okay, they do end up bailing, which is fine. And this is what NURGLE loves to do anyways. Like, this slow, kind of grindy style is so good for Papa NURGLE. Yeah, but the Bretonnian healing is no joke, though. I mean, they've gotten a lot of healing. You know, the Marauders here are getting hammered, and we do see the big boys coming in. So let's get you over this way. Do this. Keep those Great Weapons moving, and you guys pull back. All right, great. So you're in there, and keep the throwing weapons feasting. Let's get you to charge over there as well. I could do a little bit of a slow on them if we want to. So we're going to do a slow. See if the big boys can get in there. Nice. So that's going to be a direct engagement for us right there, which is brilliant. And our Rot Knights have gotten in. Let's move you up here, and you guys chase there. So he's going to take some casualties there, 100%. Tamarcon and company going to keep doing it. Let's pull some Great Weapons down to the middle. And really, they want to take the blob fight. Okay, let's go for it. So we're going to go for the blob fight here. We're going to get you in there. We're going to get Tammy, and we're going to get some infantry moving in as well. You guys getting in there with the Great Weapons. Forsaken can... There's not really too much room to work around here, but this is going all right. So we're going to do a big overcasted Fleshy Abundance right on these guys and see if we can save the boys. Let's do the Black Cleaver in this. Keep value trading here, and maybe the Great Weapons will hold. I don't know. We're going to find out. So in the front, it's looking okay. Forsaken into these guys, and right here as well. All right, so big old Alpha Strike from the Bretonnians. They do break the boys, which is to be expected. The Rotting Riders, a little bit outmatched there, but I still have Great Weapons, and Tamarcon is an absolute Giga Chat of a fighter, so he's going to be absolutely chilling. The rest of the fights are going okay. Our throwing axes are grinding down a lot of the Bretonnians. We're going to get you in there to fight as well, and more Great Weapons. Ammunition on the throwing axes is very good, so let's retreat back, pull in the Great Weapons here, just kite them, which is totally fine. Tamarcon is going to be able to fight against Lewin pretty effectively, probably. All right, so let's get Great Weapons and Great Weapons. Pull back this way, call in another goat. Let's get the goat in there, and the Rotting Riders will probably rally at some point and come back and actually be useful, because they have healing, so. All right, Tamarcon is giving the business to Lewin pretty good, actually. He's a menace of a fighter. We just lured our opponent into a bunch of Great Weapons, too, so that's going to be quite good for us. And now let's loop back here. You can see a lot of damage going down. The NURGLE is like the Thanos of this game, the inevitable, the inevitable doom coming to get you. All right, so Rot Knights are back. They have a lot of healing room. Tamarcon slightly surrounded, but we're going to get some Pestigors down there to help out. And just park all our horsemen and throw them into the Royal Pegasus Knights. And we're winning most of the grinds. And we are playing a healing faction, so it's going to be nice. All right, so let's get you in here. Let's get the Rot boys coming. Just keep those horsemen all there. Tamarcon keeps fighting it out. Rot Knights can go here and fight these guys. And let's get some of these. Great. Tammy might need a little bit of a heal. I do have a single target heal, so we're going to just drop it on Tamarcon just to be safe. because he's a little bit overextended right now, like a little bit. All right, let's call you guys in there. Call you guys back in over here. And do we have anything big to really call out? Not really. Yeah, we're going to need to unsummon some shit. That's for sure. But yeah, most of the fights are going in our favor. We don't have anybody guarding the outside, so let's call a little NURGLing in there just for capture weight. But the grind, like, this is a NURGLE power fantasy, basically. Like, we are just getting our grind, and my opponent, you know, getting attritioned out pretty good here. Let's get on those spearmen, call the cavalry in, and the Marauder Horsemen, we need to unsummon the ones that are out of ammo, so we're going to do this and do that, and then we're going to go ahead and degroup him. Great. So we got to keep cycling those horsemen, right? Otherwise, I'm just going to run out of ammo. The horsemen are one of the big things that keep your opponent in check in this matchup. So, all right, what do we got in the middle? Holy Wardens. We got the big man still bonking. We're doing pretty good on points. Soon it's going to be a triple cap situation. And my opponent does land on the Rot Knights, which is fine. You know, they're in their natural habitat. We're going to go ahead and cast a Fecundity on them. They're going to die for sure, but they got the fire support. So we're going to get these guys nearby. Forsaken can move in there. Let's pull you back. And Tamarcon does have his Black Cleaver, so maybe he'll be able to do something. Yeah, just get in there and help. Pop the Black Cleaver. Buff the boys up. Call it a day. All right, Shielded Marauders. Let's get them in. Just need bodies. Great Opens are really good against Bretonnia because they trade well against most of the threats. Even the cavalry, right? So, yeah, looks like Questing Knights are getting whomped on. Great Opens are winning their respectable fight. And looking good. I should get a healing aura when I'm fighting in the Toxic Water. I 100% agree. So this is going to be bad for them. Yeah, we're just going to charge here. Roddies are going to have a good time. Let's get you guys in there. And you guys can push through onto the Foot Squires, which, again, is going to be very cost-effective for us. And you get onto the archers right there. All right, Horsemen, follow. Tamarcon and company are definitely bullying. Now we have our Horsemen refreshed. So we're going to take you back here, put you in group 8, and unsummon you. Outstanding. So now we just keep getting the Horseman value. You guys are going to see in this game, like, the value that I'm probably getting with my Horsemen is pretty gross. And all you have to really do is just follow them around. It's pretty straightforward. So we're going to be getting my opponent in a triple cap situation soon. And honestly, we're winning the middle pretty decisively, so I think we're going to be able to just straight up push that. There's a little bit of a threat on the side objective here, but I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, you guys keep throwing your axes, form the ranks. Let's frickin' go. I don't think I have skirmish mode on, so my opponent calls in some yeomen. Their archers are in combat. Foot Squires are battling great weapons. Tamarcon just being a raid boss Chad down there, which is what he wants to do. My opponent kind of breaking through here a little bit, but Men-at-Arms versus NURGLings is just going to be a wet noodle contest. And yeah, you can see the Rotting Riders actually getting 1,000 value despite having some pretty horrific, overwhelming fights earlier in the game, right? All right, NURGLings for the capture weight. And we got the Pestigores here, but Pestigores trade well into Pegasus Knights. So for me, that's just a win right there. Fecundity on the Chaos Warriors. How are we looking down here? My opponent cannot get the capture weight. And ammunition on the Horsemen is still looking good. Just keep throwing at the Pegasus Knights, and it looks like there's going to be another one coming in a moment. Marauders have arrived, and we can actually unsummon some of the goats. We do want to get those guys here. All right, so big attempt for my opponent to go right there and try some business. So we could do an overcasted fleshy, which I think is going to be a good idea. So let's pull back this way. Park you guys behind, get you in here, refresh the Horsemen. Okay, here they come. And it looks like my opponent is going to go for one last hoorah, maybe to try and get a big snipe or something. So we're going to do an overcasted fleshy right there in a moment. Although my caster, I don't know where it went. It's off in the shadow. Oh my god, what the hell is my caster doing out there? Okay, well that feels bad. That could have been, you know, yeah, I feel as if the game was a lot closer. That could have been pretty bad. But we do have a triple cap now. We can win on just one. So even if this fight did go like horribly south, I'm going to lose my Soul Grinder here for sure. But yeah, aside from that, I think we're cooking. Okay, so you guys keep gathering. Let's get some infantry down. And now we're going to do a big overcasted fleshy right here. Try and heal everybody up. Keep going after you. And Tamarcon does have the feast. So when it procs, we might be able to get a cheese on Lewin. Let's see if we can. So we're going to try and get all our horsemen to fight Lewin right there. And I'm at 1,400 points as well. So despite the value being close, I think we're pretty good. Soul Grinder does die, but you know, it did its job. Infantry are coming down. Let's get some more infantry coming over here. I'm just going to pay the premium for the goat since I have nothing else to call out. And yeah, Tamarcon fighting back very well against Lewin. Getting him kind of low. I could try a Rancid. He probably has the Lion Shield though, so he's going to be able to potentially hold. Yeah, all my opponent really has is archers, although there are some units coming in here. Knights of the Lionhearted, let's do this, and we can do Curse of the Leper on them to slow them down, and Tamarcon just being a Giga Chat, just hanging in there, not giving any shits. That blob fight's going good, let's unsummon you, and you goats can come back here and collapse on these guys, great. Alright, so Tammy's, yeah, he's taking a bath in NURGLE's Blessed Waters here, which is good. We all love that. Alright, so let's get our Harry Potter over here, Tamarcon's going to run away a little bit, and my opponent not going to be sending Lewin in, it's a little bit hard to tell, but yeah, we got the game anyways. GG, well played. It was a good match, you know, scrappy for sure. We were in control for most of it, I would say, but Very interesting opening with the Pegasus Knights. My opponent had some good micro. I kind of get some land battle vibes from them. Maybe they come from the land battle community. I am not sure. All right, so let's say GG, well played here. GG, dog, well played. Usually it's more peasant archer. Sometimes the trebuchet in there as well. And let's see. Okay, let's see here. And check, and check. One sec. Okay, so it's going to be 1 and 0 here. And we're going to report this for NURGLE versus the Big H. Okay, so Big H is playing what? He was playing Bretonnia. So that's game 1 victory for us out of 5 rounds. G to the G indeed. Okay, let's check this. And we're just waiting for a couple rounds to finish right now. Those two heroes rubbing each other's backs for 5 minutes. They were. Immortal Bench, thank you for subscribing on old Twitch. Thank you for hanging out. As Bretonnia, do you generally just not use... No, the little... Oh, you mean the lance formation? Yeah, people don't really use it too much, in my experience. Let's see here. The games are coming together. Waiting to see what Anticity's saying. He's shooting me a message, so we're going to check it out and see what's cooking. I think I can add myself to the tournament by adding a match. We're going to see if he can. I think I tried before and it broke because the person I added wasn't checked in, but I haven't successfully done it before. Oh, I don't want to crash the whole tournament. Oh, man. Do you think they should have a tracker for how a unit has healed? Yeah, I think that'd be great. I mean, the damage tracker in this game leaves you wanting for a lot, you know? Let's see here. All right. Okay, cool. So admin stuff has been dealt with. And I think we're ready for the next round. All right. So let's see if anybody does it. Yeah, if you had successfully done it before Ent, that would be fine. But if it's just an experiment, I don't want to crash the tournament for everybody, including myself. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, so let's do this. And we're going to advance to Swiss now. There we go. Thank you for all the videos. They helped me during my night shifts. I got you. I got you. Did you enjoy the dreaded Bigfoot? How many of you champions were at the Bigfoot stream yesterday? All right, you guys ready to see a dead body? Because you're about to see one. I'm playing Daniken with NURGLE against Dark Elves. All right, this is gonna be really bad. This matchup's really cursed, honestly. Goblins, round 2. Hey, it's all good though. This is fine. It's a smallish tournament, not super small, but yeah, we're gonna be hoping they're not playing their main. If they're playing Dark Elves, I'm pretty doomed. But if they're playing a different faction, I have a good chance because I'm pretty good at NURGLE. I've won a couple tournaments with them. All right, let's see here. Let's get that. Daniken is coming. And the maps are going to be what? So we're going to do this. Okay. How are we looking here? Okay, so I'm going to be first on the map picking bands. Please don't be Dark Elves. Please don't be Dark Elves. Oh, it's Slaanesh. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's even worse. It's Slaanesh. Run. All right. So banning Rise, yes. So we're going to ban Norskin Rise and either Eastern Isle Colony or Glade to the Everqueen. We're going to figure it out. Look, at least Slaanesh is very good against NURGLE, but it could be worse. It could be. I would rather play his Slaanesh than Dark Elves. This is going to be rough, though. I can assure you, it's not going to be fun. How bad of a matchup is this Anticity? What do you think? Is this like an 80-20 for Slaanesh? I think at a high level, probably. All right, let's see what map they decide to ban. We'll get to the bottom of it here. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, worse than Horny Elves, I know. If this was land battle, I could just sit in a box with Kugath, but unfortunately, we're playing the RTS mode here. Yeah, I don't know about his Slaanesh experience, but the problem is Daniken has really good micro in general, so it's gonna be good regardless. 1,000 plague bearers. That's right. That's right. That's how we do it. Okay, so let's get this going here. We're gonna take a look at the build I have, but I think it failed me pretty. Did it fail me last time? God, Slaanesh has so many good tools against Nurgle. Ugh. Okay, where are you at, man? Give it to me, precious. Give it to me, precious. I have a build for every matchup with Nurgle, but they're a little bit outdated. Yeah. Yeah, and I would be inclined to agree. I think that's a pretty good assessment there. There is this. Okay. Uncle for uncle time? Yeah, it's for uncling time, guys. Prepare yourselves for the dreaded for uncle. He's going to come and solo the Slaanesh army. Yeah, so the rampage effect is obviously very good. But is it that good against me? I don't know. I think this build gives me a little bit more agency, but unfortunately it's like bugging out here. So let's see. What is this? This is a U. Okay. Let's get this. We're going to get you on that thing, and we're going to start getting going here. All right, so that's good. Cut that. Get rid of these filthy chevrons on these guys. Was it Ungol that played against Anticity versus Nurgle versus Slaanesh a little while ago? I don't know. It might have been a match. There's so many tournaments being held these days. It's hard to keep track of all the epic moments. Okay, that looks fine. We can cut that ability because it's useless. And, yeah, we definitely want that. Okay. Yes, yes. And yes. Drop the heavy payload on the slippery demons. They're very slippery. They are, for sure. All right, so that's in reserve. Is that going to be of any use? Probably not, but it's worth a try. I always thought about, like, Plague Force 1, using, like, a big Nurgle Air Force or something. It's kind of an interesting idea. You know what? That feels like a better idea. All right, so we're going to do this. Yeah, so according to Anticity, it's pretty cursed, from what I can tell. And I would agree with this as a Nurgle main. This is a matchup I like to avoid. Nurgle's, kind of weird in that way, where you have some matchups that are really, really wretched. Very, very evil. Okay, looks fine. Our Beasts of Nurgle, Beasts of Nurgle aren't very good in my opinion. They're okay. They try their best, but they're a little bit haggard. All right, so that's an expensive boy. Now I need to figure out my next disappearing act here. We're gonna try you. What's Nurgle good against? Nurgle's really good against like other melee factions that are not super fast. I would say, okay, after this game, ask me that question again. We'll look through every single matchup and I'll tell you what I think Nurgle's good against. Yeah, and we'll do that. Oh, that's actually an idea and a half, isn't it? That is an idea and a half. Yeah, so their horsemen are pretty menacing. Gotta watch out for the big demon. Yeah, Furies are very good too. The Slaanesh Furies versus Nurgle Furies. I don't know who actually wins that. Kind of an interesting idea here. All right, so let's do this. Reinforcements. And what else do we want to bring? I was thinking of like, what about a wild like Toad Dragon or something? I feel like that's way too risky, right? It's just gonna get surrounded and killed. Yeah. Spawn are kind of an idea too against Slaanesh, but they you know, aren't the best. Okay, let's cut this guy, and I think we can try one of these in the build up here. Yeah. Okay, and some Vanguard goats. The goats of Vanguard. Marauder Horsemen I think you have to have in this matchup. That's not gonna happen, Aspen. There are some matchups that Nurgle's good. They're pretty good against. Nurgle is very good against vampire counts. But even still, good vampire count players can win that. Like, it's not... Nurgle's one of those weird factions that, you know, doesn't have anything that they just crush, you know? Okay. Battletoads are cute, but I feel like they're going to have a bad time. So much cost-effective armor piercing here on this roster from our opponent here. Okay, so we got 900 there. Looks fine. All right, GLHF. GLHF, yes. And yes, so we made a lot of changes to our usual build. It's very, very different than usual. But I'm experimenting, you know. We're here to try some shit. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Yeah, NURGLE usually beats vampire counts if they decide to grind against each other. If they both just, you know, whip out the fat sausages and rub them together, usually NURGLE will win that against vampire counts. But vampire counts can beat NURGLE with mobility play on certain maps. So that's mainly what you need to watch out for. Pork chops finishing up a 12-hour shift. You got an hour left. We got you. Papa NURGLE's got to get you through that next hour. All right. Thank you, James Hetfield. And here we are. We're trying some spawn. So we got Marauders in the front. Obviously. We're going to get you to Vanguard up and grab that. We have the Festering Stooges, which I'm going to use to hold my back objective most likely. So the idea is Festering Stooges can control the back objective while everybody else just goes and kind of plays the side. Because you can't just play one objective, obviously. We have a NURGLE Sorcerer. We have the Noxbringer to counter skirmish. And then we have some spawn. Oh, I should have maybe even gone harder in the spawn. We'll see if it works out. All right. Yeah, we got Curse of the Leper, Rancid, and Fleshy. Curse is to help your Furies beat their Furies, basically. And also pretty good against like Seekers and Heartseekers and things like that. Yeah, Spawn seem like they could have some teeth in this matchup, I think. Because they got buffed. They are unbreakable, so Slaneshi Alpha Strikes aren't going to just like end your career, right? Yeah, Slanesh is very, very good. They're an S tier faction. NURGLE's like a B-, maybe C tier, I think, faction. Granted, doesn't mean you can't win. Like, everything in this game is capable of winning, you know? So that's the cool part. All right, so we're going to move up this way. You going here, and let's go see. So we got Keeper of Secrets, a bunch of Forsaken, which is fine. What spells do we have? Is it Shadows? It is Shadows. Oh, but we have to watch out. Seductive Glory can still rampage us to our doom. All right, so that's cool. We got Furies coming in from Daniken, a couple of Hellstriders as well. The Nurglings have arrived on the point, and the Festering Stooges are going to get there too, which is going to be nice. And first things first, I'm going to call in a second wave of spawn, I think. I want to get the spawn of Chaos. No Horseman is very, very weird. Yeah, I'm so used to the Horseman spam, you know. Nurgle's Pestilent Glory. All right, so we got this back objective. Probably not going to be an issue. If I had gone with the Kugath Guild build, I'd probably just get outmaneuvered. We're going to try and rip a shot here, see if Daniken. We need to see if they're awake right now. I know they live somewhere in Europe, so there's a chance they could be asleep. Very, very sleepy. No, they're watching. All right, so my back objective is going to be safe with the Festering Stooges, Netflix, and chilling back there. And we're just going to kind of keep the Soul Grinder going here. Yes. And we're going to see what shots we can take. All right. So, yeah, with the Stooges having that elite capture weight, yeah, we got to watch out for you. I'm going to save up a lot of money right now, so we're going to do this and send the other spawn back there. We're just going to play the two objectives, see what they want to do. You know, the whole idea is that the Stooges are going to be disproportionately strong here and can hold that objective, but I don't know. So back we go. Let's do this. We're going to bring you back here and rip a little shot right now. Just a little tickling of the pickle. There we go. All right, that was some good pickle tickling there. All right, so Fiends are on the way in. Here we go, and let's move here. Keep you going here. Festering Stooges at the ready, General. And cool, so we are going to get this objective. Spawn are going to be here, so let's just chill right there. Keep you kind of in between, and these spawn are ready to assist wherever they're needed. Got to make sure my characters don't get just blasted into the Shadow Realm, right? That's going to be the problem. We do manage to get an objective here, which is good. Fiends are coming for it, but I do have some spawn here that I'm hoping can fight this. So we're going to keep this character back for now. There we go. Those guys are moving in, and they're thinking about running. I'm not sure where they want to go. Daniken just sweating very, very heavily. And let's go get the Unholy Hand Grenades on you if we can. All right, so the Fiends turn around, which is good. So we're going to get the Noxbringer in there, and we can get... Yeah, Horsemen are going to be a little too hard to protect, I think. They're going to have a bad time. So what we're going to do out of the gates is get a Rancid on you and start trying to wear you down. Do a little bit of this. And Angels of Decay are going to come out right now. So we're going to get Angels to come out and party. See if they can get some Unholy Hand Grenades right here. Hoping the back objective hold will go well. Spawn, not sure how they're doing. Let's call them over this way and see if they can help out. We probably need them against the Forsaken, though. All right, so those guys are on the way. We do get a big Rancid on the enemy Lord. I'm going to need Furies next to try and deal with this shit. And one of the Fury units does get wasted there, and the Angels of Decay are going to be hot on the tail here. I'm actually fine to have the Soul Grinder fight there. It's going to be okay. And Furies do counter these guys a little bit, so let's get you back. Attack here. Spawn are doing it, and we are going to be losing 1 point. Let's get these guys moving. Yeah, no way to... As if you're gonna dodge something on NURGLE, you know? Like, who are we to think we can freaking dodge something, right? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. All right, let's get you on the Rot Beast. Let's keep shooting here. Call it a Fury right there. On the bright side, we have been able to hold on to 1 point. That's one thing that's going very, very well for us. So we have been able to hold on 1. Festering Stooges are gonna want to heal, for sure. We need to at least hold 1 point if we want any chance of winning this game. Like, any chance whatsoever. All right, so my opponent's gonna be maneuvering here. We're gonna go after the Fiends of Slaanesh with the Unholy Hand Grenades. Fury's going to be jumping on those guys. Should wreck them pretty good, the anti-large guys. And now we do get Furies coming out, so we're going to just run, have them turn and fight, and we're going to do... Oh, we don't have enough for Curse of the Leper. That's not good. All right, so we just need to run away for now. And we do lose some of the flank points, but we're not, like, in the worst shape in the world, so we're going to pull back this way. Those Furies did very, very well, so we're going to get these up in the sky. And do we have enough for Curse of the Leper? We do, so now we're going to do that on them. Have them turn and fight, and we're going to get our Furies to go and fight as well. All right, so foot characters go there. And, yeah, we're holding. Value's close-ish. Unfortunately, the Angels of Decay kind of getting whooped on a little bit. I didn't think they would take that much damage. Pretty nutty. But we're going to get them over here, and we're going to go ahead and try and slow you down here in a moment. I think so. It's so fast. It's not going to matter, right? It's so fast. Yeah, we can try and slow it anyways. Screw it. We're going to try that. And how are the characters looking? All right, so we probably want to get some Forsaken coming out of the woods right now, just to buffer our characters off if we can. Oh, the Rampage. Yeah, nasty, nasty. All right, so is there anything else we could do? I think we're just kind of cooked. Unless we can save up again. Let's get the Noxbringer, because losing the Angels of Decay there is so hard. Honestly, this hasn't been too bad, though, all things considered. Yeah, Angels just kind of fumbled. They got caught a little bit too close to the Rampage ability. All right, so back we go. We do have the Festering Stooges here, so we can put them in guard mode if we want to. And we can start ripping some Unholy Hand Grenade shots. We're going to retreat you back, get these Forsaken here. If we want any sliver of a chance, guys, we have to basically just hold our frickin' back point, you know? That's going to be everything. All right, so you're coming up, and the Festering Stooges are doing very, very good. We're going to get you guys charging into the back here, and the Furies have landed, so we're going to get 2 Fury units to come over here. Keep 1 right there, get you around the back, and these guys are now ready to go, so let's charge you in. Get the Noxbringer fighting in there as well, and cool. So now you guys can charge into the back of those, although there's not a whole lot here. I think we need to save up for another Rancid Visitation. Probably going to be our best bet. All right, so coming here. Let's take the fight versus their Fury, see if we can frickin' win that shit. And, you know what? Yeah, let's fly overhead here. Let's do a little bit of this. Get into these guys there. And what do I call in at this point? Just Horsemen, I guess? Yeah, let's get some Horsemen. See if we can get some Horsemen volley fire going. All right, so you get on that objective. You guys get on this objective. Noxbringer's fighting the good fight. We need the Festering Stooges over here, like, ASAP. So we got to, like, shamble our way over there. Looks like our Furies did do pretty good here. A couple Horsemen are coming out. They should be able to put some hurt down on these Fiends. Soul Grinder's a little bit trapped up. I guess we do have some Nurglings and other pieces we can call out to help. And I do lose the back objective. Granted, I do have this like Ninja Theft going down to the other side, but it is Slaanesh, so they're probably going to be able to go after it pretty hard. All right, so let's do a Rancid on the big man. See if we can get him. And the Festering Stooges are now gone, so that's really, really bad for us. We're going to get you with throwing weapons. And, yeah, there's too many Fiends in the backfield. God, Slaanesh is such a strong faction. Even without that misplay we had, I just think this build would not have worked, I feel. All right, let's call you in. Let's do this. And you guys keep working on the big character here. Do we have any infantry nearby? We do have the Stooges still. All right, so we're just going to kite them into some Nurglings, ideally. So we're just going to run back this way, keep kiting these guys, and you. Let's group them together and call it Nurglings. They're going to pop out, get in the screen, put you in 2, and great. All right, so how are we looking here? We do get the enemy Lord kind of low. The Festering Chads are doing really good. And we do manage to kite some of these guys back and really, really force them to retreat there. That's going to be Seekers. So Seekers are going to obliterate us there. That is for sure. So you guys keep hunting here. And the Soul Grinder is putting up a fight, but not enough of a fight. That's for damn sure. So we need to get everybody on this big guy. The only way my opponent can lose is if they really fumble their Lord, I think. That's the only way. All right, we overextend a little bit. Some of the Seekers do get the job done there. We do manage to get the Lord a little bit isolated. Now, my Lord is not a Rot Beast. Rancid is going to be a ways off, but there's so many. And the Stooges are finally starting to fold, unfortunately. The 3 Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Mo here, not having a good time. All right, so side objective not going to go to us. I could call in Furies to try and help. Enemy Lord is coming back in for more. Oops, wrong button there. Just minimize the game. Let's click on Rancid again. Yeah. I mean, maybe if we had a really clean engagement with the Angels, we could have gotten something going, but the Demons is too fast. It could just cackle away from us, you know? All right, so we're going to do this, and we're going to call in some Furies now. See if maybe we can get a pick on the enemy Lord. I mean, let's see. Maybe the Greater Demon does fold here. Enemies coming in. You need the Nurglings in front. And the big beastie does manage to get away. Okay, so it does skedaddle away from us. On the outside, we got big scaries coming in, and now we have the Bringers of Beguilement, right? There's just no way. How the hell do we win this matchup? It feels impossible. I mean, obviously it's possible, just against a good player, I'm saying. It's so difficult. Okay, so Kugath might be the best bet, and just hope they misplay into him. You know, that's got to be maybe it. We're going to move you over here, do a little bit of a curse on you, see if we can drag you down, pull these horsemen in. Come on. Is that demon crumbling? No, okay, it's not. It kind of looked like a crumbling animation, right? That ballet of blows, whatever the hell that is. Kind of does. Kind of low-key looks like it. All right, so throwing weapons. We're just cooked. Yeah, we're absolutely cooked. Oh my god, that's so hard. Let's do this. I mean, maybe do we just sit on our back objective and Spirit Leech spam from downtown? And we just, like, guaranteed hold our back point instead of trying to play 2. And just Spirit Leech spam all freaking day. Is there some options there? Chaos Knights are going to have a bad time. Forsaken obviously are very meta. We might be able to kill the enemy lord here, but like I don't think we can get our points back because my opponent's just saturating everything in here. He's Forsaken going to get broken. The enemy lord is in danger. We do have a horseman. Let's bring that in to get this guy down. I think like any good player would have just bullied me like this on this matchup. Usually though it's more horsemen. Horsemen are really tough to deal with because theirs have longer range too. Okay, let's get you. It's a good tiebreaker, though. So basically our game plan for the tournament is to, hopefully we don't run into Slaanesh again. We have to hope that Daniken has a strong enough tiebreaker to get us where we want to be. We can shoot shots. Let's go guard mode and rip the shots. Get the Greater Demon. And then do we call it Forsaken? We do. But Forsaken are going to get obliterated as well. 800 HP. We are not able to get it. GG, well played. Yeah. Don't know how to approach that. It just seems brutally difficult. Would a Shrine help? Well, you can win fights on one objective against Slaanesh if you just play 1 point. If you play Blob with Mortis Engine, but I think you need a Great Unclean one or something. I think you have to play that way. Because the spawn experiment was all right. They did okay, but Slaanesh's anti-large was able to really punish them. I mean, look at that. We summoned in 2 monstrous infantry units and just got wrecked. 281 value on that one. GG, dog. GG, dog. Well played. Yeah, so we summoned 2 monsters. The spawn did not seem good. I thought they might be okay at grinding, but they just get ripped up by the Forsaken and by the Hellstriders. What did good for us? So the aerial build was something. We got about 500 value on these guys. I think Angels are still good. I just need to play cleaner with them. But it's hard when his rampage is so fast. He's got so much speed. So if I get near him and start throwing... No, you can't use Angels. You can't use Angels. Because if I use Angels of Decay, then he's just going to rampage me every single time with the hero here. Yeah, every single time. Okay, so let me see what's cooking and see how the round's looking. Okay, round is coming to its conclusion. We're still in this tournament, though, guys. We just need to avoid Slaanesh. Slaanesh and usually the elf factions are hard for NURGLE, but Dark Elves are tricky, but only if it's a really like scary Dark Elf player. I'm trying to think how we play this. Yeah, the Exalted Blade Bearers did the best of everything, but they still only got 1,000 value. They didn't even pay for themselves. The Noxbringer did okay. The Soul Grinder got 1,300 value here, so at least that thing was able to function. Kugath could work. I think you need a Great Unclean one. I think you do. The Mortis Engine is just too good to pass up on. Toad Dragons, let's see if they're limited. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're limited to 1, sadly. And if you do that, can you bring Tamarcon on a Toad Dragon? No, see, it puts you over the cap for Toad Dragons. Yeah, maybe Mass SEs could do something. I'm not sure. I do think probably the Great Unclean one's your best bet, just like Homeboy with Rancid and Fleshy. Cut that. Cut that. Probably cut this too. I think this is how you have to go. Something like this. And then maybe you do like a mass mobility. Oh, here's an interesting idea. So what about this? You have 4 horsemen, you have 4 furies to guarantee you win the Air Force fight, and you just kind of screen them out with those, and then you would just call in, I guess, 2 marauders to grab the initial objective or something. That's an idea. Chaos Knights will get wrecked by Seekers and Heartseekers, right? I think they will. So I don't think you can get away with Chaos Knights here, unfortunately. I think some of the demonic infantry. Maybe the giant? Oh no, now we're getting desperate. And if we're having to whip out Uncle for Uncle as a tech strategy against a faction, oh man. Yeah, we're getting into some weird stuff, guys. That's what happens with NURGLE. Okay, so let's see if we're ready for the next one. Why not budget Death Star? Yeah, well, Kugath just gets kited between objectives. That's the problem. As soon as you leave an objective with Kugath, their mobility is just going to swarm you. It probably has to be the right map for it to work. Yeah, NURGLE Cav loses here. They do, yeah. You would think, like, NURGLE Cav, in, like, theory, should beat Slaanesh Cav, but the Slaanesh Cav should be faster. That's usually how that would go lore-wise. But, yeah, the Demonic Cavalry really, really will brutalize you. Oh, Bilious Thunderguff? Yeah, I mean, he's a giant. He does have the Violent Fart ability, which does some damage if he's surrounded. I mean, he's got 14,000 HP. You could do... so we got... I mean, here's the thing. Furuncle does have a Bound Spirit Leech. How many does he have? Just one? Oh, God. If I have to play him again later, we're going to tinfoil hat this so hard, guys. No, the Rotfly Lord... Here's the thing, because if you have... let me show you exactly why I think Angels of Decay are a little bit too hard to use in this matchup. And they probably honestly cost me a lot, that game. So if I just have the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, right? And my opponent has NURGLE with Angels of Decay. Where the hell are those things? Well, where the hell are they? All right, so there they are. We have the Rampage, right? Cool. All right, I'll show you what's up. Kugath can camp on 1 point. Yeah, he can. He can camp on 1 point. Thinking of the schemes. 10,000 Plague Bearers, yeah. Yeah, you know, that might be your best bet, but they don't trade super well in the Forsaken, in my experience. So they have this Rampage ability, Seductive Glory, right? So if somebody's using the Angels of Decay on you, you just run under them, and then you Rampage them. So now they're going to land on me, and they're in any matchup, they're dead. So, like, the radius on this is you know, it says 35 meters, but I was able to get the Angels of Decay on the ground, right? So now... in any normal matchup, they would be getting wrecked by Slaanesh Cav, Infantry, Forsaken, whatever right now. They would be having a terrible time, right? So that's why that doesn't seem very good. Because I got close to him, and he just uses his 100 movement speed to run under me and Rampage me. Yeah. So I'm not sure. I don't think Angels are even a viable thing against a good Slaanesh player. Because, yeah, maybe if they bring in Inkari. Maybe if Inkari, because Inkari doesn't have that ability, but it's just too risky. I just gave my opponent 1,700 value for free. All right, so let's do this. Okay, we have 3 games left to go. Looking at tonight's tournament, let's see who's playing. We're going to refresh this real quick. NURGLE does have a 100% lose rate against Slaanesh right now. No way, really? So NURGLE against Slaanesh, they are 0-8. Oh, man. 0-8. Oh, man. 0 wins and 8 losses. It's quite a... Well, we just contributed. They were 0-7 before that. What else does NURGLE have? Yeah, NURGLE is pretty good against Skaven, against Vampire Counts. Yeah, I can see that. Empire's an even matchup, I would say. Kislev is probably Kislev favored if the Kislev players are any good. Greenskins is kind of close, actually. There's a couple NURGLE builds I worked out with Own Goal like a couple months ago that were pretty good against Greenskins. I was able to beat him a couple times, and he was way better than me. Yeah, Cathay versus NURGLE is fine. Ogres is really difficult. Chaos Dwarves is kind of even, depending on the map. Okay, 9 is NURGLE's sacred number. That's right. We only need to lose 1 more game with them against Slaanesh before NURGLE kicks in and gives us the blessings of the Plague Father. Okay, let's see what we got. Next round, is it going to be a Blessed Bretonnian? I do not know. Empire for Hire and Dark Horse. Players who are undefeated so far, Space Pope and Daniken are undefeated. Maximilian are also, and then Alexander Nuts, the big Nuts man, is here. But we have a very strong tiebreaker. Daniken's likely to win all 5 rounds. So if we can go win our next 3 games, then we're in good shape. We'll probably make top 4 if that's the case. Is there a standard point value? Yeah, you just do the default. So if you're playing domination mode, let me show you. If you want to play competitive, you just go to the standard, and it's just 9,000, 9,000. So pretty straightforward. It's the ultra unit scale default funds. Why are Rot Knights and Plague Ogres or Battle Trolls not good against Slaanesh? The problem is, so Trolls get wrecked by Hellstriders and the big terror-causing monster that has anti-large. Rot Knights get out-traded horribly by Seekers and Furies of Slaanesh. So basically, Furies of Slaanesh have 100% armor piercing. So if you engage a big NURGLE cavalry unit with a trash unit on Slaanesh's side and then rear charge them with a Fury, The Furies have almost 100% AP, right? Yeah, it's 24 AP out of 32, so it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I would love to see some schemes and some tech. I'm gonna try some real crazy shit if I play that matchup again today, like some real crazy stuff. Yeah, Lord sniping the Lord is probably an idea too. I think the Rancid Visitations was one of the best things we did. It actually got his Lord kind of low. Okay, 2 games left to go. All right, so we're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, it's tricky though, Pace, because if you don't bring anything big, then they just bully you on the ground. What's going to happen is you're going to get surrounded. Your infantry that are isolated are going to get picked off by their Seekers and their Forsaken, and then they just retreat as soon as you react. It's very tricky. You need something fast to contest them. Maybe Horsemen were actually pretty good for me there. The Horsemen did the most work of everything. So I think my build with the 4 Horsemen actually has some ideas, some play. With Furies protecting them to make sure they don't get dove. And you could just like hold one objective with a Great Unclean One and then like skirmish with the Horsemen, try and get value where you can. Should NURGLE Demon Princes have a special aura? They have some NURGLE-y stuff. If we go to the NURGLE Demon Prince, let's see. He doesn't see a lot of play, that's for sure. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he's got the Paragon of Decay, you know, Children of NURGLE, Cloud of Flies. So he does technically have like the NURGLE auras and stuff, right? Okay, let's refresh this and do that. And are we ready for the next round? What is it going to be? 1 game, we have the Big H. We need him to win the game. That's who we played the first round, that Bretonnian player. He had pretty good micro, actually. The Bretonnian player I played in round 1 said that they didn't know the matchup super well, but I could tell by the fundamentals of their micro they had some potential. But Bretonnia is very, very hard to play, obviously. They're one of the most difficult factions in the game. Yeah, Max, it is, for sure. It could be cooler. It could be cooler. But yeah, so NURGLE Grey Open Warriors would defeat the Forsaken. But presenting expensive armor against Slaanesh can be risky. I mean, you could try a Warrior Wall, but I think the Marauder Horseman would be the direction. Although, I don't know. Also, the SE play, like a Great Unclean One, you go balls deep, you get frickin' Bilious and Uncle Frunkle, okay? Hear me out. This is not tinfoil hat. You get Rancid Visitations. So now you get Rancid and a free Spirit Leech from Uncle Frunkle, and then you have these 2 big SEs that are kind of hard to kill, right? Aside from that, I don't know how I would approach the rest of the build, but you could try a Death Star of Rot Knights. We've seen that. It happened, 2 tournaments ago? We saw, what's his name? Plague Penguin get wrecked by Slaanesh. Remember he tried that? I think it was against Inticity. I think Inticity just gave him the business because he tried to do a mass NURGLE mobility build using like a bunch of Rot Knights and like some characters, and then Inticity just kind of put him in the trash can. The Seekers and the Furies just ripped him to shreds. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Okay, still waiting on the last round, guys, and we should be good to go. The Beast of NURGLE? Yeah, Beast of NURGLE will die pretty quickly. Like, if a Seeker surrounds them or a Hellstrider, they're going to get wrecked. Yeah, that was against you, Ant. Yeah, Rot Knights can't fight Seekers. That's right. They can't. Seekers are really good. Can you get Nox in there to get rid of ammo? Noxbringer did okay. I'm really curious how this would go. Like, a style like this. And you have a little bit of money left. You could do, like something like that, maybe. It's so ghetto. Oh, it's so... I don't know if that would work. Okay, refreshing here. Let's see what's happening here. Reversed. I put my factions backward in as well. Just gotta fix this. All right, so we got one admin thing to do here real quick, and then we should be good to go to the next round. So Empire for Hire 1 against Dark Horse. And we just got to take care of this real quick. In this matchup, the only way is up. Yeah, that's right, we're in the dregs. So it's the only way is indeed up. Okay, it's fixed. And then we're gonna go over here, and that's gonna be Empire for Hire versus the Dark Horse. Dark Horse. Thunder Horse. Okay. That song's so good, by the way. Metalocalypse is such a great show. Did they ever do a reboot? Didn't they make like a movie at one point? I know there was like talks of like a Metalocalypse comeback, but they still. I know they've made music over the years. Like the band is, the band from the show, and the guy who makes it obviously has done some. But yeah, I'm curious. All right, fixed. I think they made a movie, but you haven't seen it. Yeah. Those are some great songs, honestly. Like a lot of stuff they make for shows is, not always like fun to listen. It's fun to listen to over and over. But those metal, like Mermaider and freaking Thunder Horse, and they're so good. Okay, how are we looking? Yes and yes. That's fixed. Okay, good. So tournament should be good now. Let's refresh this one more time. Let me make sure these guys are actually playing their game. Let me know when done. And they're not the dreaded AFK players who just like play their match and don't report the score. Doomstar Requiem's a good one too, yeah. Bloodlines is one of my favorite songs of theirs as well. Very, very good. Yeah, you had a cat named after Toki from the show. That's pretty great. You got a little gremlin over there, huh? Okay, it's fresh. Still going. They haven't said anything. So when did we start? We started at 6. First round was really quick, though. This one's a little bit slower. Have you seen the Batman versions of those songs? I don't think I have. No. You saw Death Clock live 15 years ago. Awesome show. Yeah, how do they do that? Is it just, do they have like, I assume they just get a full band in there. Is it, because it's one guy who does the mixing of the songs, right? He does most of the stuff on his own, but I assume when he tours, he gets a band together. So for all of you guys hanging out, I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite live performance you have ever seen? For me, it would be Nine Inch Nails. Back in, what year would that have been? 2006? What was like the #1 show you've seen? Like just absolutely killed it live. Bat Metal, okay. Rage Against the Machine. I've heard. I'm kind of sad I never got to see them. That would have been fun. Guerrilla Radio is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's so good. Let's see. Is Rock Glorious Rod a reference to? No, it's a reference to an ability, Aaron, from this game. I didn't even know that was interesting. My City Symphony Orchestra is doing the 1812 Overture. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we got Rammstein, Iron Maiden, Interpol, Iron Maiden. Oh, we got a couple Iron Maidens. My wife also said the same thing. She loved Iron Maiden when she saw them live. The Slackers at some random dive bar. I don't know who they are, but it could just be like a descriptor of some locals laying at a dive bar. Oh, got to see Chris Cornell. Epic. That was another one. I really wished I had been able to see Soundgarden or Audio Slave, but I never got to, sadly. Apocalyptica is fun. Yeah, they're really fun. I like their music. Nine Inch Nails, Beside You in Time. Yeah, they rule. I've seen Foo Fighters 3 times. Yeah, Foo Fighters were one of my favorite bands in high school. I liked them a lot. It was very good jock rock, when you're doing sports and shit. I've never seen Tool. Here's the thing about Tool. Tool was wildly popular when I was in high school. Not wildly, but there was like these kind of metal folks who were really into Tool, and the people who were into it were like diehard, right? I never myself got into Tool super heavily, but I love A Perfect Circle, which is one of his side projects, Maynard's side projects. A Perfect Circle is really good. That whole album, Mare de Noms, and there's a song they do called Judith, which is so good. They have some absolute bangers, for sure. Are we winning? We're 1-1. We ran into probably the strongest player in the tournament playing Slanesh, so we got the business. Are these guys legit frozen here? So he's playing the mighty something. Let me know when done. All right, so checking with the homies to see what the holdup is here. I need some damn water, by the way. I'll be right back. BRB, 1 sec, guys. All right, I return to you in your hour of need here. Okay, so let's see. Are these homies done? They are. They have just finished. Heroes, the lot of them. All right. So now we're going to be getting into our next match. NURGLE will rise once more from its pestilent pits. Unless it matches me against Slaanesh again, and then we're going to go back down into the pits. But here we go. Advancing the Swiss round. Simple plan. Oh, that's fun, yeah. Yeah, I like some emo music back in the day. It was some fun stuff. All right, so let's do this. Get that going. And announce the tournament. So round 3 is live. Round 3. All right, all right. Okay. And let's find our opponent. So it's going to be you. I think I've played this player before. Let's get him in here and drop it like it's hot. There we are. Oh my god, it's another Bretonnian player. It's another Bretonnian player. Oh man, okay, let's go. I'm going to do a different build this time though. We'll see what the map looks like. Nice, NURGLE. So we're getting the... Isn't that funny? Like, I played a couple tournaments ago and we ran into double Bretonnia as well. But we got another Bretonnian Chad. Let's play Haunted Vale. Alright, so we're going to play the Haunted Vale, and it is going to be Bretonnia versus NURGLE once again. And let's get this build going. So we got to use our Tamarcon build, which was pretty effective. Tammy was able to keep Lewin in check and be kind of a good force of nature on the objectives. Yeah, it's a fun one. This matchup's pretty even, I would say. So we're going to be playing... What map did I say? It's going to be Haunted Vale. So Haunted Vale, I believe, does have a home objective, which is good. So you can kind of do some funky play on there as well. The Great Unclean ones are cool, but they tend to get pin cushioned by archers a little bit, which is not good. So yeah, we don't want any of that smoke. Plague Force is risky. I think we got some options here. So let's pull up our template, and we can switch up the build a little bit from there as well. All right, so it's going to be NURGLE versus the thingamabob, the bob thing. Bretonnia. Okay, so that is the foundation of the build. What lord if not Tamarcon? I mean, I should just try and win. I want to go sweaty, so I'm gonna do what I think is strong here. The Sorcerer Lord is fine. The Demon Prince is also fine. He can do some cool stuff, but I think that this is the way we want to play this for now. The Forsaken were kind of cute. The Chosen are really fun in this matchup, though. They tend to get a shit ton of value if they're left to their own devices. But if my opponent does go Trebuchet heavy, then you kind of pay the troll toll a little bit, which is unfortunate. Okay. Let's cut you. Forsaken, I do think are okay here, but they're not the best infantry choice. Where art thou? Nurglings you want just for like quick capture weight. I think the max amount of horsemen is also going to be good. I wish Chaos Knights were good here, but sadly they're just they're a little bit depressing. Bile Trolls you can use. Bile Troll stacking on your infantry can be actually quite cost effective. But yeah, we're here to win today, guys. We're here to win. So we're gonna try and do some, I would say, steady play. And let's just hope my opponent didn't watch the previous game and know exact. Although this build is on my NURGLE guide, so if they just go to my YouTube, they can find all my builds. Would NURGLE's Flying Beasts? No, Bretonnia's Air Force would win because their Pegasus Knights do magic damage and have anti-large, the royal ones. So you would probably lose that fight. All right, let's freaking get it, man. Let's see what's cooking. Hang on. Switching it up here. All right. Cool. Just get my mouse and keypad all set up here. All right, so we want to play the open field objectives, obviously, although the side is okay for us, but we can get that later with like a little bit of split pushing, you know? That's going to be the way to do that. Let there be rot. Marauders of NURGLE. Got to keep the formation a little bit high and tight here because we don't want to get, you know, hammered by Cav from all angles. Tammy's going to be there. NURGLE Caster's going to be here. We have the Horsemen to grab the objectives. And Noxbringer is very important against Peasant Archers. So you guys saw this build before. We're going to see if we can make it work again. It's always good to stress test them here. My opponent going with 6 units, which means it's probably going to be like some weird Grail Knight shit. or Royal Hippogriff. What is this? Yeah, these people, these Bretonnian players today are going hog wild. All right, so it's literally almost identical, except this time instead it's using the Royal Hippo Knights. Okay, I mean, that's something. I mean, that's going to be a little hard to deal with for sure. We're going to need to really utilize our horsemen to great effect. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad time. So Noxbringer can rip a shot once we get close. We're going to keep you guys nearby. Did we get this objective? We did. Great. So now we're going to go get this one. Tamarcon is here, and here we go. Oh, you saw Sum 41 in high school? Oh, that takes me back. All right, let's do this. We did get a direct hit on the Yeoman there, which is outstanding. Lewin's taking a little bit of damage as well. Let's keep dodging those bad boys. And now we can get you in here and do this and pull you back and just follow him around. All right, so he's going to come for it. Tamarcon is nearby, so Tammy is going to be able to land, although I can't click on him because it's that stupid landing bug, which is so haggard. All right, so we're going to just stop for a second, pull you back this way. And now we got the big man a little bit surrounded here. We're going to see if we can get him and Tamarcon back here also. Keep retreating, and we're going to do this, screen you guys out there. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a little bit messy, but you know, maybe we can get it done. All right, so the big boys are on their way in. We have the horseman here, so we're going to get a fourth horseman. Just continue poking. Go get some throwing attacks here. Lewin should be in a little bit of trouble anyways with all three of these guys on him here. But we will see. Horsemen are getting some good throwing volleys. Lewin is getting smashed up, which is great. We're going to move you guys up onto the point here, move you here, and get these Chaos Warriors going right there. So Lewin lost a shit ton of HP there, which is outstanding. And these are mounted yeomen. Okay, cool. So where are they going to go next? That is the question. We need to make sure our horsemen are throwing at good targets. And it looks like they're going to land here. So let's get the Great Weapons going, move you guys over this way. And now I think we just save up, ironically, for the Rot Knights again. All right, so let's get you guys in there. Attack, see how many of them we can pick off here. Yep, infantry are going to get this and this. So that one's going to go to us. And it looks like Louis is going to be on their way back in. And Lewin does come back in here. So let's go ahead and turn and attack again. And we're going to go ahead and just do a single heal on the Soul Grinder. Just keep that bad boy nice and healthy. All right, so up on the point. It's very messy, but Lewin is getting smashed up. My opponent's going to be trying to rotate here, so we need to conserve ammo. And get you guys, and you guys in one control group. So let's group them all together in two. Come this way. You know, my opponent using kind of the Walmart Slanesh build, basically, where they... Yeah, we'll try and get that third objective from them as well. All right, so we're going to throw at you guys. Get Tamarcon coming over there, and you guys just hang out on this objective here. And the Marauder Horseman, again, being a massive MVP for us. Massive, massive MVP. Yep, where's he going to go? Is he going to go back this way? Yeah, he's just going to be Benny Hilling between the 2 points, basically. Let's do a little bit of this. Noxbringer can shoot at the Wardens of Montfort. Let's put him in control group 4. Keep the Sorcerer moving there, and we do get a shot point blank-ish. My opponent thinking about alpha striking here. Let's get these guys to charge. You guys here. And now my opponent maybe going to go after that loose infantry down there. Yeah, we'll see. So it's basically just like follow them around. Just Benny Hill with these guys. Let's get you guys in here to go after them, which is perfect. Noxbringer can come in and help out as well. And we are threatening that outside objective now. Lewin's chasing us a little bit. Let's do NURGLE's favorite son. See if our infantry can hold firm. Hopefully they do. And yeah, it looks like Big Man's coming back in now. And let's move it and groove it. All right, so far so good. And now we have the Rotting Riders coming out, so that's going to be huge. And now we have what? Yeomen? Okay, yeah, Yeomen are coming. Let's get Great Weapons to maneuver over this way. Tamarcon and company, go ahead and attack King Lewin. Let's get the Noxbringer to attack him as well. And you can see these guys are getting mauled pretty badly by the throwing weapons. Like very, very badly here. All right, so you're going to stay there. This objective's a little bit dodgy, but we do get Lewin kind of low. And what do we got? Some Yeomen? Okay, Yeomen are coming. So Rot Knights are on their way. Let's get you guys back on this objective. My opponent does deny that point a little bit for us. We can get these shots going here. Let's get you Horsemen parking on the point here to make sure we don't lose that and save ammunition. So when we're not throwing at like big expensive pieces, we wanna be saving it, right? That's fine. We have the double cap, right? We're chilling, and we need to be really good on our horseman discipline here. But you can see, when you're behind value against NURGLE, it's usually not a good sign for you. You're hurting a little bit. Let's get a Great Weapon over there, and now we have our win condition, right? We just use the Noxbringer to skirmish while we just wait here for them because they're gonna have to engage at some point here. All right, so let's see. What do we shoot? I need to shoot the ammunition off him if we can, although my opponent is basically out of ammo. We could shoot these guys. They don't have too much left. Tamarcon and company is going to come over here and help out. If Lewin wants a piece, he's going to get it. And all right, so he moves in. We're going to give him a little piece right there. Let's get the Rot Knights to come over as well. Old Rotties. And yep, you infantry come here. And my opponent now has some Pegasus Knights lurking in the back as well. So that is a little bit frightening. Yeah, these players they have good micro though, for sure. These Bretonnian players we played today. They have some good micro. Let's get some infantry coming in. Not sure where they're going. We'll see. We will see what they're up to here. All right, so you guys form ranks on the objective. Tamarkon's going to just be chilling, and we can try and draw the aggro of these Pegasus Knights, if at all possible. So we'll put Fire at Will back on here in a moment. Now we can Fire at Will, now that we're near the Pegasus Knights. Rot Knights are nearby. Where do we want to go with the Rot Knights? We need Tamarkon over here, like, ASAP to try and help this out. All right, so Soul Grinder's going to be coming. These guys charge those Yeomen. Let's get the throwing weapons going this way. And the Roddies can charge into these guys once they land on the ground. So we're going to go ahead and Curse of the Slug these guys. Looks good. I love when that happens. Classic Total War jank. All right, so you come this way. Perfect. Did they actually get caught on the ground? I don't know if they did. All right, it looks like they maybe escaped that. So I think just sending a Pestigore over to the outside is going to be fine. Just stealing that objective if my opponent's just going to not engage. All right, so it looks like they're taking a big fight here, but taking it near all these pesties is a big mistake for sure. Let's get you in there. Lewin's coming in. I do have Rancids and heals, but I just want to save the heals for very clutch moments. See what we can do with that. No Curse of the Slug, but yeah, a lot of throwing weapon damage getting in there. Roddies are just chasing things down. My NURGLE Rottweilers. All right, so attack here, attack here. Let's get you back on the point. And now my opponent's going to be engaging here, which is fine. We could just turn and hunt them down, hopefully. All right, Rot Knights go there. And do we have any Furies to mix in? I don't know if we do. Let's get you guys right there. Cool. Let's keep retreating here. And what can we pull this way that would be a good screen? Yeah, maybe you guys come up and do this. And we're just going to try and retreat through the seam here, which is going to be dodgy, but we'll try and make it work. See, a lot of my opponent's units are very drowned down here and trapped up, but we're going to go ahead and do this on you guys. Get the fat heals on the Rot Knights. You guys move there. Keep going, keep going. Make the screen. And how's this fight going? It's messy, but these are pretty good quality units. The Royal Hippogriff Knights are getting worn down. Let's do all these. Great. I'm still ahead on value decently well. And the Pestigores have arrived now. Let's get them in front. Oh, those are royal dudes. All right, so if we can get a triple cap here, we could probably just go into Helm's Deep kind of protocol, where we're going to be trying to just win on the one objective there. Those are going to be what? Those are Grail Guardians. Okay, so we need to get shots over here. Let's get the Soul Grinder going there. Get you guys moving there. And this objective has been effectively stolen. All right, great. So we got that objective. Chaos Warrior Great Weapons wouldn't be a bad idea. We got the Rot Knights moving, and we're going to get you stacked on top of those. Roddies are coming this way. And how's that looking? Good. So we got that objective. We still have ammunition. We're going to put you in 7 and unsummon you, because we're going to need fresh horsemen, as we do in this matchup. Very, very important. And now a big attack on the Rot Knights is going to hurt bad. We're going to take a beating and a half here, but it is what it is. I think I'm just going to do a Rancid on these guys. We need it, you know. Tamarkon's going to try and help out, so he's moving in. We have the Great Weapons, which are awesome, and we also have the Rot character. Oh boy, it's sketchy here. It's a little bit sketchy, isn't it? We can call in, what, a Great Weapon? Yeah, he'll be there in 5 years. You know, after the matchup's already over, we'll see. Okay, Tamar Chad is still doing it. We might want to run away with him. And now we just start rerouting onto these two objectives and playing these ones, because I think my opponent has successfully done pretty well over here. That was obviously good. The Rot Knights, that's one of their weaknesses in this matchup, is they can't really determine the fights they want to be in. So we're going to get another Great Weapon coming out. And just hopefully my opponent can't get me off those two objectives easily. This guy's in trouble, the Noxbringer. We're going to see if we can escape with him here, but I seriously doubt it. My Sorcerer and my Noxbringer could be dead. Let's pull you in. Let's get you. We should probably just unsummon all these horsemen, but let's use the last of their ammo, actually. Oh, is he going to let my Sorcerer live? Maybe he will. All right, so Tamarkon, let's get a heal. Let's fight here. And let's get you guys to come out and fight those guys. Looks great. And the Rot Knights have actually somehow Palpatine Rot Knight returned. We got the Great Weapons coming. And okay, so now we're suddenly not in the worst shape in the world. We do have 2 Great Weapons coming out, and you goats can be unsummoned. Yes, nice. The Noxbringer is being hunted, but Tamarkon is putting up a good fight against those guys there. We are approaching 1,000 points. We do not have a triple cap at the moment. Rot Knights, get in there, work on the Grail Guardians where you can, and we're going to need you guys to rotate over this way to make sure we don't lose that. And then we can call in some Nurglings just to waddle over and replace them, basically, to make sure we don't just completely lose it. All right, so how are the Roddies doing? Yeah, they're fighting those Grail Knights reasonably effectively. These are going to be Royal Pegasus Knights. We're holding on to the objective just barely. Let's go ahead and slow down the reinforcements here. So he's caught up in value pretty heavily. But Tamarkon and NURGLE, they're all about this life, man. This is exactly what they want to be doing. I think I need to keep these guys in and just fight. Yeah, these are just trash units mostly. But let's get these infantry up on the point here. And Tamarkon hopefully can keep doing his thing. We do get some Chaos Warrior Great Weapons to arrive on the side there. So that's going to be nice. And I think we just go for the triple cap here. Let's get you guys to help against those Grail Guardians. Tamarcon, let's do Nurgle's favorite sons. And do we manage to hold on to this objective? My opponent coming in with some capture weight here, but that's why we preemptively sent those guys in, right? Rod Knight's going kind of Giga Chad back here, actually. They're doing great. All right, so let's unsummon you. Let's get the goats up on the point. Goats are going to get folded there. We do manage to steal the outside point from my opponent, which is great. So that's going to be our Helm's Deep spot for sure. So do we shoot into these guys? Yep, let's shoot into some Questing Knights. Let's get you over there, see if you can help out against King Lewin. And you guys go here, although I think we're going to need to unsummon you guys. And we do have goats, though. So goats need to go. Nurglings, I don't know why they stopped moving. That's really bad, actually. That's very bad. Ooh, that's not good. All right, well, anyways, one of you guys can go and get the capture weight there. And now we have the great weapons over there. So hopefully they'll be able to hold off these Questing Knights. All right, so we are approaching a pretty okay little situation here. We do have the great weapons moving in to join Tamarcon and company. The Nurglings will get there in time, maybe? We do have the goat coming too. And, all right, let's take inventory. My opponent has a lot of Questing Knights on the field. We do have this side objective, so let's go make like our little Death Star over here, I think. I think that's going to be better. This side we should be able to stabilize when the Nurglings and Pestigors arrive because it's just peasant mobs and shit. So that's fine. Let's unsummon you. We're going to form our double cap. The Nurglings will stabilize that objective. Outstanding. So they do manage to stabilize it. Let's do a little Curse of the Slug on you. Keep you in check there. And how are the Roddies doing? The Rottweilers of Nurgle are still very much alive. We do have a bit of a Death Star here. It's going to be hard. I think we need to call in the Horsemen. Oof. Yeah, we'll get one Pestigor coming in. And we're going to need to do a big old heal on Tammy. We're going to need to get Tamarcon nice and healed up. All right. So this side should be okay for us. We do have the goat, the great weapon goats, and the Nurglings aren't going to care too much about that. Tamarcon's in. We do see the big surround coming in, but these are very hardy Chaos Warriors. They're not slouches. So Tamarcon can fight against Lewin because his Feast of the Maggot Lord will actually probably kill Lewin if he's not careful. All right, so let's hope we can win that fight. We just got thoughts and prayers right now, guys. All right, so this is going to be our Helm's Deep on this side. We just get you guys in to work on the big boys. Let's get you goats moving back in. The Nurglings will not last for long. Tamarcon keeps spam clicking. We do get the goats arriving. Nurgle's Pestilent Glory, you know, grandfather is with us. This player is very good, though. I'm very impressed with their play, honestly. All right, and let's move you here. And get you guys and you guys going here. Just throwing weapons on that shit. Let's throw there. And then retreat back if we need to. Tamarcon, let's do the Black Cleaver. The Grey Weapons are really enduring, like, super, super hard here. Let's do the Fecundity on Tamarcon, which is going to be healing everybody up. Kite these guys back, tar pit them with the warriors, very good, and get another horseman here. So this is our Helm's Deep on this side. We basically, everything we send from here on out is going to be right there on those guys. Tamarcon could lose this side, although, ooh, he's going to probably get the feast. Yeah, the Great Weapons are doing really, really Chad. Look at that. Oh, Tammy. Tammy's showing Lewin who's boss. Oh, please proc, please proc. Did it proc? I don't know if it procced. Well, regardless, throwing weapons are doing great. Let's keep tar pitting here. Do we have any infantry we can call in? Yes, Marauders. So we're going to reinforce that shit. Let's go to the middle here. Get some goats going to the middle there. And great. Oh, look at Tamber Chad at 1 HP. Oh, look at that. He drained down the damsel. That's so cool. All right, so now I just need to make sure I don't lose this freaking point. The throwing weapons were able to break the Hippogriff Knights, which is outstanding. So we're going to get you guys here and here. Nurgle Infantry are doing good. Yeah, Nurglings are hanging in there like champs. My opponent has all their strength on this side. Lewin's basically dead. Very close, actually, overall. Let's get this Sorcerer to run across the map, and we can do Curse of the Slug to slow these guys down when they try and make their exodus to the side. But, yeah, we're going to get this as well. I could go steal the middle objective, most likely just win in that way. And let's get you moving over here. More Marauders. Yeah, there we go. But the sands of time are on our side. There we go. GG. We got it, baby. 2-1. That match was very, very contested. GG, dog. Very good micro. Well played. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. All good. So let's look at the value on these units, yeah. So Tamarcon was a Chad. 4,000 value foot Tamarcon. Talk about Value City. How good is that? Oh, Value City Tamarcon. Let's go. And then we got 800 value here. Soul Grinder got 3,100 value on the freaking Soul Grinder. 3,100 on that thing, just bombarding and fighting well too. By the way, Rot Knight's got 2,500, which is pretty great. And yeah, aside from that, all's good. That was a very sweaty match, though. That one could have gone either way. Lewin got 3,900, 2,500 here, and then 33 on that other one. So his big Pegasus Knights really did a number on my units. Okay. And let's do that. Cool. I'm getting pinged for something. Let's see what it is. Somebody says find your opponent. Maybe they're looking for me. I don't know. Yes, it was looking for me. Yeah, Tamarcon is a Chad for sure. I actually think he's... You don't really see NURGLE in competitive a lot because high-level players usually gravitate towards the more OP factions, but I think if like NURGLE was meta, you'd probably see some Tamarcon play for sure. All right, so it's going to be NURGLE versus... what the hell did we just play? Bretonnia. Okay. The two Pit Lord factions duking it out. Hey, Ethan, thanks for being a member for 28 months. Surprised how well the Soul Grinder did when it got surrounded. It did pretty good. Yeah, Soul Grinders of NURGLE have good melee defense and good armor and HP, so... They can last a while. They were just fighting like cheap units too, I think, at a point. Okay, so just waiting on 2 rounds to finish here. He had a Celestial Damsel. Yeah, I assumed it would be a Healing Damsel. Was it Celestial? Oh, he had 2. Okay, he had two wizards. Got it. That's how he did it. All right, so make the lobby. There we go. So now we're just going to wait for the next round here. And see what's cooking. Thank you guys for joining. It's been a fun tournament so far. Currently, the standings are looking good for Daniken. Our Slaanesh player obviously undefeated. Maximilianaire undefeated too. But aside from that, we are in the top 4 at the moment. We just got to hope Daniken keeps winning and our other tiebreakers can get some fat W's as well. The only rough part is we do have 2 Bretonians in our tiebreaker. So they're a hard faction to play. So not guaranteed wins. We got this, man. That's right, Potato. Potato, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. All right. So, yep, 2 rounds to finish. Let's refresh, see if they're coming to a conclusion right now. Not quite. So, it's the Mighty Guck versus Arno and Empire for Hire versus Ricochet. So, just gotta wait for those guys. Daniken undefeated on Slaanesh. No surprises. Who was their next victim? Daniken just defeated the Space Pope. Does Slaanesh even have any bad matchups? Okay, Chaos Dwarves? What? Why are they 1-10 against Chaos Dwarves? That doesn't seem right. Slaanesh usually wrecks Chaos Dwarves in my experience. What the hell is this shit? Is it trains? Is it just the trains? You're going to halt the Slaanesh Menace next round? No, Max, because then I have to play him again. If you send him down here, I might have to play. All right. Yeah, what the hell? Why are Chaos Dwarves doing so good into Slaanesh? I have no idea. Guys. All right. Well, anyways, let's get back to this. See if the round is up. I think we're doing pretty good on time here. I'll be posting a video soon of the old Isengard army for tabletop. Age of the Ring event coming up soon as well. I'm going to be hosting a tournament for it sometime in the next few days. Maybe on like Sunday or something. Depends. We'll see. Gorse vs. Kugath campaign. The true grind fest. Doesn't Gorse get like zombies that are just like absolute raid bosses? Actually, what does he even do? I don't play campaign, so I have no idea. I just play the multiplayer here. Campaign, new, Mortal Empires. Oh, Karl Franz. The Call of the Emperor. So cool. Okay.
Dark magic is mine to command.
So, immune to plague attrition. Oh, that's pretty funny. So he's just like all about going into NURGLE territory. Immune to contact effects. Armor for zombies and crypt ghouls. Oh, that's not bad. So his zombies are going to be up to 30 armor, which is something. He is more or less the Tar Pit King. So if you just want to like mouth breathe in a campaign and not micro anything, Helman Gorse is your boy, huh? Faction effects. Lesser Raised Dead for Corpse Cart and Mortis Engine units. Raised Dead pool capacity +4 for zombie units. Enables poison attack for zombies. Oh, that's really good. So all of his chaff units have poison. That's kind of cool. So you could just like win the campaign with zombie stacks. That's hilarious. What Gorse really benefits from is his own unique skill line. A bunch of flat buffs to zombies that make them punch way above their pay grade, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Helman Gorse. It's hilarious that he's such like a minor character in Warhammer Fantasy. I think he has like a paragraph if even. They're like, yes, let's make him one of the premier characters in this game. Warhammer 1 definitely had some funky decisions like that, but he was the weirdest most likely of all the ones that, Morkur was a big character, Orion, all these guys, and then you're just like, yes, Helman Gorst. We got to play him in our frickin' Bannerlord campaign, which was pretty fun. Okay, let me check here. Let me know when done, G. All right, so just waiting for the Semi to finish, and we'll be getting into the next round. Turned him into a total mouth breather. Oh, that's funny, Max. Yeah. Well, Gorst used to be in Sylvania, right? Didn't he get moved over to the east somewhere? I don't know anything about campaign these days. Yeah, Helman Gorst, the Grim in the Grave was one of the first DLCs, if not the first. Yeah, I think it might have been, actually. And then we got the Wood Elf DLC after that, I think, and then Beastmen came around that time as well. An Elf Bannerlord run. You know, I'm going to be doing Dwarves or Greenskins next for that. Maybe I'll do Elves if I have the energy afterwards, but I'm really excited for the Greenskin and Dwarf stuff. It hasn't come out yet, right? No, Helman Gorst wasn't free. He was a DLC. Is Torox a good Beastman? He's okay. Usually people go for the generic Lord, but honestly, you know, if you're just... Like, if you're looking at Beastmen, the generic Beast Lord is usually more commonly picked, right? Because you get a Doom Bull. Not Beast Lord, sorry, the generic Doom Bull. So you just get him with, like, frickin' nothing. I mean, just bare bones at 1250. That's such a good fighter for that point cost. And he has a stun ability bound, right? Tarox, if you bring him kind of bare bones-ish, I mean, that or his Slaughterer's Call is pretty good on him. Probably cut Blood Beast, you keep Brass Body, and you cut this. He's going to be, 700 gold more. Yeah, he's stronger for sure, but I think for the price point, you get a very similar character for like 700 gold less. Yeah. Beastone is the first DLC after the Warriors of Chaos got it. The Bray Herd. That was so long ago, man. Were you guys there thousands of years ago when the first DLCs arrived? I remember the drama with the Chaos thing. That was pretty funny when it first came out. Gorst is the only DLC the Counts have ever gotten. It's hilarious. It's been a long, long time. General soon, I play Co at night, usually by myself or with whoever's online. I love Company of Heroes. The game's really fun. It's a great game. It's very solid. I'm just excited for the Dawn of War remaster that's coming soon. And then, obviously, the Heroes of Might and Magic game is going to be really big. We're going to go hard on that. So if you guys are looking out for that, it's going to be great fun. You were there 3,000 years ago. Can you show us real fast how much difference the buffs are in battle? Like with and without? Are you talking about with the zombies? I'm not sure specifically what you mean, my friend. Just waiting for these last homies to finish. It's always the same people. But it's all good. We're still ahead of schedule. We're doing good. By the way, we're playing NURGLE, right? We need to get a NURGLE background. Let's see. Where is the Silence and the Fury was a cool one. Forge of the Chaos Dwarves has one of the best backgrounds, but the Thrones of Decay is pretty good. That like Baroque, you can see the vines creeping up, the Gardens of Moor, but is it actually NURGLE corruption, right? The Raven. Yeah, this is so good. That's definitely one of the better backgrounds. Oh, yeah. That was a long time. Long time ago. Old Warhammer 1. There was a couple... there was definitely some ladder trolls. On Warhammer 1... Because Warhammer 1 was just land battle, right? And that was like before rules were even developed for land battle. So people on ladder played really degenerate. It was awful. It was really bad. I mean, even if you go back and look at my old videos, you're not going to see it too much because I really only casted the games that weren't cheesy. But yeah, there was a handful that I ran into. I remember corner camping was really common. And just all the degenerate shit you can think of. All right, let's set this up here. Should be ready for the next one here in a moment. Yeah, the Dawn of War remaster is going to be great fun. We're going to have a good time with that, guys. It's going to be some fun tournaments and events. It's going to be awesome. Heroes of Might and Magic 2 is your favorite? HOM 3 looks good. Loomis, nice. Warhammer Fantasy is great fun. The tabletop game is great. I'm enjoying Lord of the Rings super hard right now. I played with my buddy the other night. We played Isengard versus the Depths of Moria. And there was a really funny moment where like Grima Wormtongue was like holding an objective, and the Balrog literally just came and whipped him and killed him. It was Grima's tried to stand up to the Balrog. It was not quite a lore moment, but it was pretty hilarious. I wonder what the Age of Apocalypse guys... Oh, I'm sure there'll be something, Wick. I'm sure the mods will be adapted to the game eventually. The Balrog model's pretty good in tabletop, actually. It's a little retro, but, you know, not in a bad way. All right, we're ready for the next round. Saruman is pretty fun in tabletop. You just casting spells every turn, you know, causing havoc. Advanced Swiss. There we go. Okay. And advance to Swiss. Perfect. All right. So we got our Space Pope is going to be our opponent. Very strong opponent. Also one of our tournament hosts. So let's get the Pope in here. This is going to be deciding, to a large extent, who's going to be going to top 4. Space Pope. There we go. And we're up. And for me. And let's see what they're playing. So they are going to be playing... this is round 4, right? Yeah, it's round 4. Oh, no. It's one of our hard counters. It's Demons of Chaos. Shit. This is such a bad matchup. Oh, it's so cursed. Oh, it's so cursed. Oh, no, Anakin. I'm too weak. I'm too weak. All right. So, you ban first? All right. Well, our chances of grand finals just went to the dregs. You got Demons of Chaos. They're really, really hard to beat. Oh man. Okay, let's see what we got. What builds do we have against Demons of Chaos? I've tried a bunch of things. Yeah, is that really the direction we want to be going? I don't know. This is a pretty cursed one though, guys. It is. It's pretty wretched. So waiting for my opponent to ban the map here. Space Pope is going to be in here. Oh, God. Just end me. Changebringers, just because they just dominate you in the sky and then they just Changebringer you to death. It's pretty bad. What's the scariest Demon of Chaos unit? Changebringers. Changebringers just end your whole career. Yeah. They do. Channel the Nurgling Wookiee. That's right. He's going to be on Maelstrom. You know what? We're going to do... So looking at the map options here, we have Edge of the Darkwood. We play, it's... All right. So we're going to do this. I have one conspiracy theory left to try here. Otherwise, we're in big danger. Oh, hang on. Wookiee's there. Yes, perfect. All right, James Hetfield is blocking. He's taking care of business. Okay. Yes. And we're going to get you. I think that's going to be the play. Okay. Awesome sauce. So far, the build is interesting. Yeah, no, this is a really awful matchup for my faction. But we'll see if we can weasel out some sort of a dub here. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Okay. You know, we have faced adversity before. Okay, I need to save a little bit of money here. This and that. Okay. And let's get you up there. Evil. James. Oh, it's James Hetfield. I love that. He looks like James Hetfield, guys. Let's not fool around here. He really does. He looks just like the lead singer of Metallica. He does. He's like, hey, hey, hey. Here we go now. What other spells do we want to bring here? That's going to be all right. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that. All right. So next up, James Hetfield is really good. I love that, by the way. That's so funny. Okay. Wookiee was an NURGLE demon for sure. Yeah, he had big NURGLE energy. He had a little bit of Khorne Bloodthirster though. He would get real aggro at times and go after people and things he didn't like. Yeah, Wookiee was he was a malevolent little creature to put it kindly. Okay. Oh boys, this is gonna be pretty grim, I think. Load. I agree. Load era, load and reload. Yeah. There was a couple songs on the Load and Reload albums I actually liked. There was a song I liked, King Nothing, I think is what it was called. When it all crumbles down. That song was really good. Yeah. Don't let him gaslight you. Name Wookiee. Well, his name was, yeah, he's Chewbacca Wookiee energy, very much. So, all right. So that's about it. The image of him as a Chaos Dwarf described. Oh, that was a great one. He also looks like a Dowie Zar a little bit too. He's got like the black hair and the underbite and stuff. All right. I'm going full tinfoil hat here, guys. I feel like it's all we can really do. We got to just unleash all the conspiracy theories on the planet here and hope for the best. Oh, by the way, I've been watching the new King of the Hill show, so they brought that back, which is a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it so far. It's like it has that like comedic wholesomeness to it, which I loved about the old ones. All right, so what do we do next? Yeah, no, this is a hard counter for us. This matchup is massively favored for my opponent, but it doesn't mean we're just gonna give up. We're gonna scheme and try and maybe catch him off guard. Did you guys hear the battle chihuahua barking back there? The rage incarnate. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of Tzeentch demons. Obviously, they're gonna be here, and plague bearers in this matchup just tend to get shot to pieces. They tend to have a kind of a bad time. All right, one sec. Let's cut you. The Chihuahua is like, kill, maim, burn. All right, I think I'm ready. It's about as good as it's going to get. We're going to switch it up here. And, yeah. This is as good as it's going to get for us. All right, BRB. I got to let the Chihuahua out. All right, guys. Let's see how this shit goes. So we got our plague force. We just gotta put all our marbles out there, you know. All right, so we're gonna get you going here, and we're gonna get you going here with you, and then you going to the high ground here. So basically, we have a mass Nurgling vanguard that's gonna be trying to grab the objectives. We got two here. Big Demon Man, Rotflies, and some Chaos Knight Giga Chads in the bushes to help out. So we're just going full desperation mode, really. Trying to catch our opponent off guard here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the Nurglings, when the game starts, we're just going to move them up. Like so. All right, GLHF. Yeah, I think we just gotta do a weird skew build and just try and hope that we walk into a good matchup. My opponent having 7 units makes me a little bit nervous. He might try something different, like a Great Unclean one, which would be really funny, actually. Do we have Horsemen? Did I not bring Horsemen? Shit. If he goes Great Unclean one, I'm gonna laugh. Because our entire build is designed to counter one aspect of the meta. And if he doesn't do it, then, you know, we're gonna be cooking. Okay, so it is gonna be an Air Force fight. Okay, and we got Chaos Knights hanging out there, you guys. Oh god, yep, it's about as cheesy as it gets. So we're gonna do this, pull you guys back, you're gonna advance, and we're gonna do this. All right, so 2 Furies can go out there and fight those Plague Drones. We're gonna get you coming in here to hunt these guys, and you guys can go hunt these. All right, so Nurglings arrive. We're gonna get you going back there, and you pull back and go after these. So we basically have to go all in and just chase these guys all freaking day. So we're gonna go, tie them up, get them in combat here. You guys just force path through, get on this. And yeah, now we can get the Chaos Knights to come out and attack there as well. Okay, so we just have to chase it. Oh my god, are we going to get a Changebringer? Are we going to get a freaking Changebringer offline? We might. Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, so we're on the hunts. You guys need to just chase here. Just do this. And yeah, we do get the Nurglings there. One Changebringer is going to get cooked here, it looks like. So we're going to do that and save the Buna for the other one, most likely. You guys keep hunting here, and we do have the triple cap. All right, so this is about as good of a start as it can get, honestly. We went all in on a skew cheese, and it might work out for us. That's going to be one Changebringer down for the count. Oh, we need 22 Winds of Magic. All right, just keep running. Get that other Changebringer. Nothing else matters. That's all that matters. It's just taking that thing down, basically. All right, so Chaos Knights can hang back. We're going to go get them in the trees again. And, yeah, just keep hunting you guys. Just keep going after him while we save up Winds of Magic. So he's got the Chad Red Olgor pick. Unfortunately, I don't have the slow, so we're just going to keep hunting you guys, get you back there, and run away. And chase him down. Rotflies are trying. We got them dead, so that's huge. So now we can just run. Reset a little bit. All right, let's get back. Let's get back. We got the triple cap. Oh my god, it worked. Bring it down. Bring it down. So we're going to lose probably most of our Air Force for that, but that's okay. It's worth it. And now we just need to see what my opponent's going to do, because they went all in on trying to cheese me out. And we went all in on the counter cheese, and we'll see. All right, so let's attack these Plague Drones here and get the big man in there. So now we just save Fate of Buna for the other stuff. And we can do an Overcasted Fleshy right here. Do we have the magic for it? We do not. So that's going to be some sort of a witchcraft spell there. Is that going to be a Curse of the Leper? We'll see. Our Rotflies are fighting their Rotflies. Those are just Plague Drones. Okay, so I do have the better ones. These guys are going to disintegrate right now, and Red Olgor needs to, we just need to run away from him. So it's going to be Bloodletters coming out. So let's get the Chaos Knights to come up, and kite you back a little bit. Looking great. And outstanding. So now we fight these Plague Drones, and we just save Buna for the big scaries coming in. All right, so we have the triple cap. We're at 300 points. My opponent's coming in, and we have the Chaos Knights ready to go, so we're just going to kind of run you around. We got to save all our WOM for Buna. That's really just like everything here. All right, so Chaos Knights and Chaos Knights. Let's get you out there. And are these drones going to die? Looks like they're getting kind of close. So next up, yeah, we're going to need to be ready to resummon like all of our Furies, 100%, and we can bonk in combat here versus you guys. Chaos Knight's getting some work done, but, you know, fighting Bloodletters is scary business, so we do land in there and get a big attack on them. We're going to attack you guys and get the Nurglings moving into combat. Red Olgor is coming, but like I said, we do have healing, so that is good. All right, so he pops the scariness. The Giga Chad Chaos Knight's getting a nice run in there, and then we're going to get you behind them and get these Chaos Knights to come around the back and charge in there. Oh, those are Exalted Bloodletters. Okay, interesting. So that's why they're so strong. Got it, got it. Okay, so Plague Toads and Plague Toads. So Battletoads will be very good against Exalted Bloodletters, but so does a full Caps round with a bunch of scary demons. All right, so Fiends are on the way. We have Fate of Buna. I don't want to use it quite yet. One Chaos Knight unit is getting smashed up a little bit. We're going to try and retreat them back and then retreat you back too. While we fight up in the sky a little bit? Yeah, I think so. All right, so the Chaos Knights need to retreat. We have the Battletoads coming in to help out. And yeah, hopefully we can help win this fight. So these Chaos Knights here can stand and fight against the Plague Drones. You guys are going to retreat back as well. And Battletoads, we accidentally summoned 3. Okay, we got a little bit overzealous there. So Battletoads. And we're going to use a heal on the big man because he's been getting hunted pretty avidly there. All right, so back around the army. Are we in any threats? My opponent probably saving for double Changebringer, so I need to save up everything I have right now to try and counter that. Red Olgor thinking about coming after me, but we're going to get behind this army here. Battletoads moving in, and my opponent summoning in a Beast of Nurgle. So they've given up on the Air Force, which is great. These Chaos Knights going to get around the back, charge you guys, and Battletoads get on in here. All right, let's go. So we're ahead on points and ahead on value as well. We're using just a regular Demon Prince of Nurgle here. Yeah, not Grand Vomitus or anything. Let's just keep running here. Unfortunately, I don't have any like Horsemen or anything like that. Marauder Horsemen, that would have been a good call. I feel like my opponent's going to call in some Witchcraft here. That's going to be hard for us. Chaos Knights need to get back. We can go retreat them to the high ground here. And you can just continue fighting here versus these Plague Drones while we get some Furies to come out and help. Because they'll just rip that shit up, so that's going to be good. All right, let's do a slow. Slow right here. Yes, slow you guys down. Run you Chaos Knights up this way. Battletoads are fighting hard. We do have the points advantage. My opponent is going to start potentially stealing these objectives, so 1 and 2. Let's get you up there, and we got the Furies coming in to help out. Yeah, Battletoads are nibbling, but the Fiends of Slanesh are obviously going to trade very well. His character is a dedicated anti-large fighter, so that's hard. We're going to get into you guys and do this, and hopefully win that fight. Saving Fate of Buna here, obviously. That's going to be big. And then Forsaken. Do we have enough for a Forsaken unit? We do. So let's get him in there, see if we can maintain the middle for a little bit. Try and take down these Plague Drones. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I do have a Buna. Battletoads are starting to crumble down. Those Exalted Demons are trading very well. It is going to be more Bloodletters of Khorne, so we're going to go back and cycle charge them a little bit with my big boy. Just let the Furies continue grinding, and we're going to need another heal, but I need to make sure I have Buna energy. Yeah, so you guys come back there, charge it, Nurglings do arrive. Yeah, we do get afflicted. We're on fire, but for how much longer? Okay, we're no longer on fire, so now I can drop the heals. Let's go charge those Bloodletters offline, and now we just need to play the points, because eventually, you know, his diverse units are going to be able to give me a lot of trouble. Okay, Fleshy's active. We're running. I'm slowed for some... Why am I so slow? God damn, it's like serious slow energy right there. They have this objective? They do. The Demons of Chaos have it. So, yeah, we just play the outsides. We just are going to play the objectives. That's all we can really do here. All right, some more Plague Drones being called in. Chaos Knight's going to get folded. Battletoads are still doing their thing. And we just wait and see what they do. That's basically that. Oh, God. Are we gonna... We better win this freaking game. After that start, I swear, dude. We better freaking win it. All right, so we're going to charge you guys a little bit. Get these Chad Chaos Knights to run up this way. We got Forsaken waiting over there. And we can go ahead and get like a single Marauder to make their way down here as well. All right. So maybe going to get trapped here. That would be really bad. I do have Forsaken who can come over and help. It is going to be Plague Drones. Okay, so Fiends are coming to try and trap us. We're going to try and waddle out of here. I don't want to use my Buna yet, but we might have to. Looks like we are going to get away, so that's good. We're not in the danger zone too hard. Couple Chaos Knights are down here. We can bring them, do a little bit of cycle charging while you run away. And now it's going to be Nurglings coming out there. Okay, so we need to like fight over this objective for a hot minute and see what we can do. So we're going to call in Forsaken and Forsaken. They're going to probably be our best bets here. So Forsaken charge into the Fiends here. We're going to do a Fleshy Abundance on you. Just fight a little bit, get Nurglings in there too. And then maybe call in some Furies or something. I don't know. He's hunting my Demon Prince though, he is. But you know, we're gonna try and hold this side point here. The Forsaken will trade reasonably well. Red Olgor is a much better fighter at this kind of thing, though. Yeah, we got to just play Nurgle style, guys. We got to just tar pit right now. That's all we can do. We're not going to win any of these fights against, like, freaking Fiends of Slanesh and shit. So let's go to the middle, see what we can pick off here. It is going to be some Bloodletters of Khorne heading to the high ground. The Beast of Nurgle there, we can't really charge it. We do have some capture weight here. We got several units of infantry coming in, so we need to just force path those bad boys through. And hopefully they make it. This is very, very ballsy. And how are we looking here? All right, you guys run to the high ground. And you come around here. Just force path and force path. Yes, force path and force path. Okay, it's going to get there. And they do get to the point. Great, so now they can just start fighting. All right, so we can fight you up in the sky. Nurglings can fight here. Forsaken can fight here as well. And it looks like my opponent may be going to go for a high ground play, which is not a bad idea by any stretch. Do I have anything good I can call over? Not really. Battletoads will actually be good against a lot of this stuff. Yeah, they will. All right, we're going to take our big demon over there and go fight there and just... We got to win on points. That's basically all we got going for us. All right, so the big demon's going to go. We do have the Chaos Knights here. Some of them are left, and more Battletoads are going to be required. The middle objective could be stolen, too, by a double Nurgling call-in, although there's a Plague Bear coming in to help that, so I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so charging into the Bloodletters. Let's get some Marauders coming in as well. How are we looking on this side? It's messy as hell. We are losing the ground there slowly but surely, but then we just Helm's Deep the high ground and call it a day, I think. All right, let's get another Battletoad coming in. Battletoads, in theory, are supposed to counter those units, so we're going to see what we can do. Our big demon's going to try and boink that Plague Ridden on the head, and Battletoads come over the top, Battletoads and Battletoads, and then just Nurgling spam, and we make our last stand here. Thankfully, I still have the capture weight. You know, my Nurgle infantry are doing good. And let's gather up here, engage those guys with the Battletoads, and we just get as much capture weight as humanly possible here. So that's going to be that. And we can go after the Plague Ridden here, and Fate of Buna. It sucks on Bloodletters. We should probably wait to see what else they call in. Chaos Knights are still fighting, though. They're going strong. All right, so Battletoads, let's get you on the Bloodletters. And we still have the slow ground. Those Forsaken, man, really doing quite a bit of work. I mean, to be fair, his army's really raggedy as well, so... There is that. And do we heal? Okay, we're healing capped here. Basically impossible for my opponent to win now. I just have too much capture weight here. So he went with the cheese build, and we brought a counter cheese build, and it was able to get him. We caught him slipping, so that was good. Bloodletters here and Bloodletters. I mean, I might as well just Fate of Buna. Even though they have crazy spell resist, it's going to... I was saving it the whole game for another Changebringer call-in, but my opponent just didn't want that smoke, so... All right, so we Buna those guys, we get the capture weight, and let's just keep the Nurglings rolling, and we're going to do a little fecundity right here, too. Battletoads are cleaning up shit, and he finally got me off this point, but he has, like, no capture weight here. There's, like, these are all flying units. Chaos Knights did okay this game. Yeah, they didn't do bad. All right, we did it! We did it. We took down the forbidden Changebringer cheese. Oh, look, they were coming back. Oh, look, they were coming. Oh, no. GG, dog. Two cheese with the old changes, huh? It's a nasty build. For sure, but expected. All right. So, we did it, guys. We took down the beast. Very, very fortunate that we were able to get those down quickly. Yeah, let's refresh this and get our score reported. So that is a hard counter matchup that we just won, so that's good. Okay, NURGLE versus Demons of Chaos. Chaos Demons, whatever, it's fine. Somehow Palpatine has returned. Okay, and what do we got now? Yeah, build roulette still exists to an extent, but it's you know, not as much of a thing as it used to be, that's for sure, in the old land battle days. Okay, so let's see how we're looking. We are pretty good. Onyx Templar, hey, thank you. Thank you for being a member for 12 months. Making grandfather proud, yes we are. We are indeed. Well, testing works. I see you. What's up? What's cracking? I was thinking as we started that if you went like green and clean one for anything standard, I just lose. Yeah, I'm talking to Space Pope right now. I'm like, if you had brought any standard build, we just lose. Like anything normal. But he went with the Changebringer all in, and we were able to survive it. That's funny. All right, so at least now we're 3-1, so we can't have a losing record tonight. So Grandfather is pleased about that. Oh, so Space Pope is saying he was building a great unclean one blob, and then Hitman Hippo came in and talked him into something else. Yeah, that's funny. What on earth is build roulette? Okay, so let me explain to you real quick. Back before we got an official multiplayer competitive game mode, Domination here, we used to play the old land battle, which was really quite a bit of fun, but you had to have player-made rules for it, right? So in land battle, you don't get reinforcements. You get like one army, right? So there were many situations in which you would build an army, and your opponent would build an army that just like counters your army. So it's kind of like, yeah, there were meta builds that were viable against certain things, but there would be matchups often that people would load in, and it would be decided before the game even started, you know, because one army just hard counters the other one, and they're equally skilled players. Now, in domination mode, you can bring reinforcements that address your weaknesses of your army to an extent, right? So, or you can go even more all in on what you're doing. But that probably reduced the amount of games that were lost just on the build screen, is essentially what we're talking about here. Hey, Possum King, thank you for being a channel member. Appreciate it. I love possums, by the way. Possums are one of my favorite creatures, the opossum. They're so freaking cool. Just like little gremlins that like eat ticks and parasites and bugs and shit, and they're just all jolly and cool looking. I really like possums. Look at these things. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Anybody who says these things aren't cute, it's just heresy. Look at these guys. Here we go. Look at that little guy, you know? Yeah. They're so cool. They have like pretty wild teeth though, for sure. Apparently they're immune to a lot of like diseases and like look at this little guy. Oh, look how adorable he is. Yeah, like little doggies. You like possums. I had a raccoon get pretty aggro on me once, yeah, when I was in college. I had a raccoon eyeing me down. They're basically immune to rabies. What heroes? Okay, let's refresh this. See how we're looking in the round. So we got Maximilianaire versus Danikentrop. Yeah. I would rather not face Slanesh again until the semifinals at least. So at least then if we beat them, it's over, you know. The ring has been destroyed. So what's next? NURGLE. I don't know what we're going to do next. We did a mass NURGLE Air Force build. It depends on what we're playing, you know. Yeah. Yeah, the Tzeentch Demon Prince would have been... Red Olgor wasn't bad, though. He did bully my Demon Prince. Like, my Demon Prince was constantly on the run from his. Like, the entire time we were scurrying like a freaking rat, you know? Only less likely to get him. Got it, John. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of those we live in a little mountain valley, so we have a lot of nature here. We have like a lot of deer and possums and raccoons, and we have a shit ton of coyotes. Like we'll be sitting in our garage at night with like the door like halfway open or all the way open sometimes if it's a nice night, and we just hear the coyotes going ham out there. They're just yipping and howling, and it's they're cool. Coyotes, I mean, unless you're a cat, coyotes are pretty cool. They're neat creatures. Their ability to survive on like very little water and food for such long periods of time is pretty impressive. Okay. And refresh this. Still waiting on the round. I think we finished our game reasonably quickly. If we take a look here, we have Daniken and Maximilianer playing Shaxcraft and Ricochet, Arno and Big H, Empire for Hire, and The Mighty, and Tom and Claude playing down here. So next round, we're 3 wins now, so we're likely to play, it's either going to be the loser of Daniken and Maximilianer, so we might have to play Daniken again, which would be really bad. If we end up playing the Vampire Counts, we have a good chance. Granted, Max did beat my NURGLE, I think, last time we played. He found out a build that's pretty good there, so that's a little bit scary. Don't coyotes eat people's pets out west? They do, yeah, they do. And we're in the village I live in, the town. It's, I don't know what you'd call it. We have 10,000 people here, so pretty small. But yeah, the coyotes get a lot of people's cats. Like cats are usually, you don't really hear about dogs, but cats usually get the business. Although if you had like a tiny little, most people bring their dogs in at night, but cats are oftentimes, people let them go outside and then they stay outside overnight because they don't come home. They're cats. So that'll happen. Yeah. All right, another game finishing. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 games to finish. Currently, we're in contention. You can see here we're up in the running. We need Daniken to win. Daniken winning is a win for us because that's going to give us a potentially easier matchup, right? Yeah, and we'll see who, of course, is going to be winning in these games. Ricochet or Shaxcraft would be fine too. Dwarves, I'm totally happy to play, and I know there's some dwarf action there as well. Foxes get the odd cat here in the UK, yeah. It's pretty interesting, yeah. Like in our nature scenery out here in Southern California, we have a lot of predators, like birds of prey, and we have mountain lions and bears around us as well. Like they will get your pets. Whereas when I visit my wife's home in Poland in the Polish forest, there's boars. So they have like wild boars, and there's also moose, which are really epic. But there's not a lot of things that are just going to come after your pets out there. It's a very different paradigm. Well, I have a bunch of people not had matchups in the signups. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, it's because they didn't check in, Evil. Yeah, you can sign up for the tournament, but you have to check in before it starts or else you're not going to be able to play. Yeah. That's some good water right there, team. Should be ready. Yeah, the Polish boars are pretty cool. It's really fun when you're walking around the Polish woods and like some huge pack of like a boar and her young just come by. You're like, oh damn. Boars in Hawaii? Yeah, I would imagine so. The squirrels do hunt the interland. That's happened twice to me in the past 8 years since we've been doing YouTube or whatever, 8 or 9 years, however long it's been. We've had countless freaking little gremlins get our internet cables. Countless. There's so many of them. Oh my god, there's no way there's that many people here. How many of you guys in YouTube chat, by the way, don't know what planet you're on? You don't know why you're here on this stream. You just like randomly were teleported here through a space and time continuum tunnel. Maybe it's an episode of Star Trek. The transporter malfunctioned. I don't know. Genuinely curious. Okay, refreshing here. And yeah, still waiting. Sweaty games. Our game was sweaty, but it still ended reasonably quickly. Let me see if there's any admin stuff I need to take care of right now. Doesn't look like it. It's going to be good. Cheers for this and all your tournament streams. Hey, you're currently 2-2 going into the final round again. Hey, that's not bad. Following from the Warcraft 3 arc. Oh, J-Big. Those are fun times, man. I had a good time playing those Warcraft 3 games. It was very stressful. Usually I'm more of a caster. I'm a competitive player to an extent. Like I'm a mid-level competitive player, but going into Warcraft 3 and like being put on the stage where, everything is being scrutinized, it was stressful. But I loved it. It was fun. Lord Master of Sotek was having a similar thing yesterday. Yeah. Ethan, I know you though, Ethan. I know you. I know what planet I'm on. I'm in Turin World, yeah. Yeah. I randomly ended up in Mercy at the Mad Stream one time, so I expect it happens here too. An entire stadium in China is live broadcasting Turin stream. That'd be wild. That'd be wild. YouTube autoplay literally just brought me here 30 seconds ago. Yeah, but you're already. Are you already subscribed to the channel, or have you just appeared from the Shadow Realm? Well, either way, welcome. This is Total War competitive. So, Total War Warhammer. You got 24 playable factions. You build an army and you fight over the objectives here. So, we're just kind of waiting for the next round of the tournament to start. So, a little bit of downtime here. There we go. Remake the lobby. Sometimes they can get bugged out. So we're 3-1. If we win this one, our odds are pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on, Kendra. I have no idea. Some sort of witchcraft. Some dark god sacrifices. All right. So Empire for Hire versus the mighty Gook, I think, are playing here, or Gruk. I don't know how the hell he says that. So those two are going to be playing it out, and we are going to be going to Game 5 after that. You came for the wiener drawings? That's what we're here for, yeah. The tactical dong draws. I was subbed for a few months. Yeah, okay. So you've been here a little while then. Yeah, you've been here a little while. All right, all right. Well, good to have you guys here. This is Total Tavern, by the way. So if you guys are looking to get into Total War Competitive, this is our website. And you can sign up for tournaments here. Daniken lost? Oh, no. Not Daniken losing. No. No, not that. Not that, baby. More tournaments coming up, though. We have a new player tournament coming up on the 9th. We have a new player domination tournament on the 9th as well. So 2 tournaments going on here. We have more new player tournaments on the 10th. So a lot of new player events coming, which is great stuff for all of you new champions who are going to be getting into the mix. And yeah, just a lot of events coming up. If you go to Total Tavern, you can follow the competitive scene. You could also join our Discord by clicking this link here if you guys are interested, and go from there. You came only for the Palpatine voice. Do it. Nothing beats a good Palpatine voice. Yeah. Pone is usually the Dark Lord of doing voices. He's very, very good at those. Yeah, he's the unholy wizard. All right, well, I think the next round should be starting now. Curses He-Man. It looks like Daniken did lose, so I might just get wrecked again. Give me. Okay, the odds. I have a 1 in 3 chance of getting wrecked and getting Daniken again, which would be a free win for Daniken, basically, because it's such a hard counter. So you're saying, okay, let's see here. I watch Anticity and Legend only, really, and always thought when he was saying Turin, he was using short form for tournament. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, Anticity's great. He's one of the big dogs for sure. He is currently the #1 ranked player in competitive. He won the last World Championship event we had. So if you go to Total Tavern, go to the Hall of Fame, you can see the defending champ by scrolling to the bottom and looking at Season 10. So he is the current defending champ here. You can see Anticity is here. And yeah, it's pretty great. So these are basically the biggest competitive events out there, are the season finals for our league that we run. So we take the top 16 players from the leaderboard, and those guys play. Ant, are you going to win this next one, dog? You going to get it? You gonna go 3 in a row, win season 9, 10, and 11, and chase down the all-time record of the dreaded Houseplant, who I think has... We checked this last time, right? How many does Houseplant have? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. Houseplant has 5 major event wins. That's pretty sweaty. And you could catch up faster too, Ent, because if we can talk Creative Assembly into doing another official event, that means that you'll have another chance at a major event as well, which is very fun. Yeah. Which is always good. Anticity can bench press a Mini Cooper. That's pretty savage. Hell yeah. Would you mind explaining the process of joining a new player tournament? Yeah, so the first thing you do is you come to our website, totaltavern.com. You make an account on here, which is very easy. It syncs with your Discord. It's a Discord integration. Then you simply go to the event you want to play in. So I would click on the new player event here. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I would click on this, for example. And then you just click sign up for tournament. And then 1 hour before the tournament starts, you need to come in and you click on check in for tournament, right? So there, you need to read the tournament description to see where it's going to be organized. Most tournaments are organized in my Discord. So you would then go to my Discord and just stand by for your opponent and play when the tournament's happening. And just listen to the tournament organizer and all that. Hey, Josiah, you got pulled in mainly by Lord of the Rings. Oh, the Lord of the Rings game is so fun. I love it. I love it so much. You're going to sweat it out for the next tourney? Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. I really like the sweaty events too. They're very fun. Watching like the best players in the world go at it and seeing what the meta actually looks like is really interesting. And especially since we have 24 factions, there's so much room for exploration. Duke, your first tourney and it's been very fun. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. All right. So we're in round 5, baby. Let's get this party started. Let's have some fun. Okay. So please do not be Slanesh. Oh, we got paired up. Oh, Maximillionaire, Vampire Counts. Evil. Okay. So we got Maximillionaire, but he's guaranteed top 4 here, so it's not really a big issue for him. It's more of a thing for me. So I got paired up into the undefeated player, which is totally fine, because it's Vampire Counts, which is a fine matchup. Okay, have fun. And let's see what this is going to be. We are going to be on what map? So round 5. It's Blood Grove, Imperial Ambush, or Jade Tomb. Counts. NURGLE here. All right. I think he beat me last time using the Sword and Board Blood Knights. I think it was a pretty gangster build. He got the Blood Knights and gave me some work, so that was pretty good. No, I forgot the mirror match rule. Damn it. I can never remember that shit. I'm not top 4, but if I win this game, I am. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so Max is probably the best Vampire Count player out there right now. Very, very strong. You ban first. Good luck, have fun. So Blood Grove, Imperial Ambush, or the Jade Tomb. So Death Pancake says, I need to learn the matchups. I just play Corn, and hey, I mean, Corn is good. Corn is really good, Pancake. You can literally pancake people with that. We play Tomb. All right. So we're going to play the Jade Tomb. It's going to be very fun. And let's get this going. All right. So now I'm going to build my army. So here, guys, here comes James Hetfield to save the day. Hey, hey, hey. Here he goes. He's singing some songs to you guys. There we go. We're in round 5 right now. So this is the 5th round, which is the final round of regulation. And we are playing against Count Chocula. Now, he knows my other build, so I probably should switch it up. That's the problem with, having a build guide out there. Is the boy will be watching and the boy will know exactly what we're doing. So we gotta watch out. Yes. How deep are we? We're deep. We're going deep. We're getting it. You know what I've had the itch to play some, I don't know why. I've had a little bit of an itch to play some sort of a MOBA game. Maybe play like League of Legends or something. Maybe we'll get my wife and we'll do a stream of us playing some ranked games together. Can you still duo queue and ranked in League of Legends, or what's the situation with that? Yeah, what's the 5-0 on that? Okay. Face reveal when? Oh, I've streamed. If you go to my Bigfoot stream last night, you can see what I look like. I'm just straight up wearing swim trunks right now with no shirt on, so I'm not going to be webcamming it. But yeah, no, I've showed my face many times. Yeah, it's not like some mystery. It is not a great mystery of our time. Duo is still alive. Yeah, I did see that. Templar. Yeah, I did see that. You can flex queue with a party of 3 or 5. That's pretty fun. So you can do some ranked action there. That's cool. All right, what the hell am I doing? I'm just like staring into the abyss right now. My opponent is going to know exactly what I'm doing. That's the disadvantage, right? That my opponent is going to know exactly what's cooking here. So I'm thinking 6 feet ain't so far down. And hold me now. Hold me now. 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Sad eyes watching me. You're 0-4 in the tourney? What a hero. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Where's the Phantom of the Opera mask? That's right. My face was... I had some horrible incident that left me scarred and deformed like Palpatine. I've often thought about Epidemius in this matchup, but it's really stupid to do anything other than like just straight up... yeah. You need to go with like a Mortis engine. It either has to be the Kugath or the other Great Unclean One. Great Unclean One is a little bit better at playing the mobile situation though, so maybe we do need to think about that a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna get you guys and try this on the back. Yeah, he's gonna keep rolling. Okay, Nurglings are always good. I think we cut one of you guys. Get this also. So he is going to go for Sword and Board Blood Knights more than likely. So I have like a loose game plan of how we go about this. I have an idea and a half. We are going to see if we can make it work. Okay, goddamn, like 200 and something left. That feels so bad. So this is the build I used to win last time against Max, but I think he knows what it is. So most likely he's going to have some good counter tech because he knows exactly what I'm bringing. Are those guys even going to be good here? I mean, they'll be okay. Yeah, I think it's probably worth it. Probably go with you guys and bring you in there. Is that relevant? Yeah, then 475 here. Okay, yeah. JLHF, let's see how badly this goes. Let's see how this goes. A giant fart on the vampires? Yeah. Well, if we lose this, it's all good. We went 3-2. If we win it, we make top 4. So it's a win-win for everybody. Yes. The other top 4 players are looking to be Slaanesh most likely. I think Daniken will probably win their next game. And we'll see. Yeah, so Slaanesh, Vampire Counts, and NURGLE. I don't know who the fourth would be. There's a couple other guys. You like the Creed references? Well, sometimes these sad eyes are just watching me. You know? Sometimes they are. The sleepers are here. They are. They're lurking. Tonight, the YouTube sleepers, they're here from the shadows. So for the first time, actually, I told the story on stream last time. I actually legitimately heard... yeah, so we have a shrine, we have Kugath, we have all this shit, right? I legit heard a millennial, so somebody my age, who was 37 years old, 38, listening to Creed unironically in his garage. This man was working on his motorcycle. He was listening to Creed. He was listening to like all that really haggard early 2000s nu metal music. You know? Like, what was that song, Cold, and like, you know, oh God, yeah, and like Breaking Benjamin, Trapped. Remember that? Oh my God, remember that song? I'm headstrong, I'll take you on. That was like the most like cringe millennial. I love it though. It was great. I used to like lift weights to that song. Trapped, Headstrong by Trapped. Yeah, like all that shit. I do look a little bit like Rick Astley. It's true. I've been told that before. I got some Rick Astley energy. And I will also never give you up. All right. So we got our Death Star. Okay. It's going to be a big Air Force here. So we got Terrorgeist. My opponent going real hard in trying to kill Kugath. We're going to see if it works out for him. We'll see. Okay, so let's do this. Call in another Horseman here. I think that's going to be the best bet. And get that objective. And there we go. I love POD. POD is awesome. That song Southtown and Boom. Here Comes the Boom. Oh, it was so great. All right, so we're going to get a double cap out of the gates. What the hell is that? A Vampire with Melkos and then a Von Karstein with a bunch of shit? Okay. That is fine for me. We're going to get that objective, and Kugath is going to get breathed on quite heavily. But we do get that objective, so we have the double calf. Oh my God, there was a song, I remember listening to this band called Edema back in the day, or I think that's what they were called. And they had the edgiest music you could like fathom. It was such edgelord music. All right, so Kugath is going to put the moves like Jagger on these guys. Oh, wheels! Okay, never mind. So he's actually trying to kill Kugath. If he does, you know, hats off to him. That's big props. You know, big props. We do have a NURGLE Shrine also. And we're just going to keep these horsemen nearby and do their thing. Great. And yeah, we're just going to hang out here in the meantime. Kugath is not going to passively heal, so we'll need to use fleshies on him. What spells did I bring? Yeah, we brought all the good stuff. Oh, Kugath just hit those guys with his toilet seat bombardment. Did you see that? So my opponent's going to have Crypt Ghouls on the other side, probably. These freaking horsemen, by the way, are our freaking saving grace. They are 100% our best thing. This is going to be a disgusting blob fight, 100%. But look how good our horsemen are doing. They're doing great work. Keeping these foul beasts in check. Oh, yeah, more axes to the face. Let's go. All right, so next call-in, we probably want to get a Chosen or Rot Knights. We've gotten that Shadowcaster quite low. Kugath is throwing his toilet seat bombs at these guys. Is there anything good in there? It's just... all his money is... no, we don't want to throw at zombies. Don't waste it on zombies. Okay, Kugath needs a toilet seat roll right now. Do a barrel roll, Kugath! Oh! All right, so we're going to do this. My opponent's going to move over to that objective right now. And now what we're going to do is call in a Chosen to hold our back objective, and then we're just going to go for it. So we're going to move over this way. and get going. So that's going to be cruising for a bruising. Kugath is going to use a Fleshy Abundance on himself. Oh, we could maybe save up and not do that, though. We'll see. We do not want to waste ammunition on bad targets. And now we just get over here and blob fight. You know, that's going to be the plan. Chosen of NURGLE is going to come. So we're going to get them to re-secure that objective there. We're going to throw at you a little bit. My opponent probably going to dodge just fine. Ammunition's running a little bit low, that's for sure. But yeah, we can't let him have this for free. So we're going to throw out the Cryptors. We're going to get Kugath coming over there. That is going to be a zombie summon, so we want to go out to the west. Oh, look at the MLG Pro plays there. Yes, we escaped. All right, so my opponent is going to get that objective, which is a little bit sketchy, but it's fine. We're going to get those Chosen coming over, and the big man's going to keep rolling. We're going to keep Limp Bizkitting in there, and unfortunately, my opponent does have the point, right? So I can't really do a whole lot about that. Kugath is going to keep rolling. We're going to get this NURGLE Shrine rolling in there, too, and then you're going to go this way. All right. So aside from that, we do have the Chosen. I'm thinking of calling out some Furies to just kind of play the field a little bit. Kugath is going to get a heal now, so he's going to go ahead and heal himself, which is going to be good. And it's going to take us a hot minute to break through this, but we have time. We have a lot of time. Ooh, look at the damage we just got there. That was thick. Oh, man, those breath attacks actually do fire damage? Interesting. Okay. So Kugath is getting attacked by the big boys here. So we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to get that. And the Furies, we'll see where we go with those. We'll keep them nearby to protect. Looks like a zombie summon's going to be active there. And Kugath, we now have the summon too, which is going to be great. All right, so summon activated. Very well played there. Chosen are going to push my opponent's home objective, I think is going to be the option. Let's take Fire at Will off. Let's go after the Furies, and this is where Kugath shines. You know, just fighting in a disgusting blob. We also have the Shrine of NURGLE, which is AoE healing, so that's pretty good for us. So what we could do is just kind of continue skirmishing here. We're going to call in another Fury, and you're going to just kind of creep around here. Yeah, let's get you back this way. Cool. Now, we see the big boys coming after our... yeah, we need to get you in 4. Oops, wrong unit. You guys stay here and fight. Here and here. And you in 7. Okay. So you guys just stay in the fight there. I don't know what the hell planet they're on. One of our Furies does get nailed, and now what we're going to do is just go steal their home objective. We're just going to move over there, which is going to be fine. So Kugath should be winning this fight. You know, we're eventually going to drain them down. We have so many debuffs. And that was a nice play, though, for sure. So we do get the capture weight advantage. We have these guys coming in, and the Furies. So we can slow you guys down. Let's do that. Little fecundity for Christmas. And cool. So let's rip it up. Let's rip it up. So we're going to get this objective most likely. It's going to come to us. The Furies will do what they can. We're going to keep scurrying around. And Kugath is getting a little bit hammered down. So we need to heal him and attack this character. And we're going to do a big overcasted fleshy on the blob. And this is going to go to us. All right, so Furies can now attack, and we'll get the Chosen in there. So we do manage to steal that objective. So that's huge. That buys us like 5 years, honestly. That's very, very good. And the Chosen are going to be very tough to deal with. So we're going to get a goat coming over there, put Fire at Will back on, and Kugath is being the Plague Father. He's doing it. Although, how are our infantry doing here? A little bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. So Kugath probably needs some milk as well. He's going to need a little bit of sauce on that objective there. So we're going to call you guys in and try and pressure that too. Because if he's just by himself, then it's going to be very ugly. Yeah, we do have the Plague Bearer still going, though, which is great. The Chosen need to stay on that freaking objective. Oh, my God, guys. Come on. All right, so the Horsemen definitely getting wrecked pretty bad here, so we just need to run this way. We have a Plague Bearer unit. Let's get him over there. Move him up, and Big Daddy Kugath is still bumping and grinding. Meanwhile, the Fellbats here are in some danger. Horsemen are doing it, getting hunted by hounds, so we need to just run here and get some Furies there. Kugath, what do we do with him? I mean, just keep fighting, I guess. He's getting free heals all freaking day. I don't even know what's hitting him right now. I think it's the gooses. So the double Terror Goose on Kugath is pretty unholy. We get the points advantage, which is good. And let's get you guys down here and do this. And then on the backside here, we're going to call in a Fury. And they're going to go deal with these guys. So we're going to go after the Dire Pack and surround them real quick, I think is going to be the play. So Storm of the Night is activated. Chosen are going to hold on to that. Kugath is raid bossing it pretty... Oh, did I misclick? I really hope I didn't. That would be so bad. All right, Shrine is still going. We have so many layers of debuffs active right here. Kugath going to get the heal. He's going to do this. What can we even hit? We could hit that Goose. Pestigors are coming. Chosen will hopefully endure. And we do get a good surround right there. Great. So those guys are going to go. Horsemen are out of steam a little bit. We are in the process of maybe stealing this objective. So we probably have to win on points here because Kugath is going to die at some point. He is for sure going to die. We're going to do a fecundity on him. Try and keep him going. The enemy lord, the Von Chadstein lord, is very low also. And the Pestigors and Chosen need to carry this. We're going to get you guys on the point. And we have been able to deal with most of the vampiric threats here. So Kugath going Giga Chad. We do manage to steal this point. And here it's looking pretty good. Let's get a NURGLing because we're going for an objective stuffing build, so I think we need to do that. All right. Looking pretty good for us. I mean, Vampire counts as a matchup we can definitely do as NURGLE. And we got the NURGLings coming here, which is going to be good. We get the capture weight, so big memeage energy is going. Rancid Visitations, are we healing capped? We just about are, so we're going to go ahead and just Rancid you and keep the Beast of NURGLE nearby. And let's get you and you to try and kill this caster if we can. So we get a Rancid right there. We get this objective. We're at 700 points. Kugath's for sure cooked. He's going to die. There's no saving him, but we just need to get as much value as we possibly can out of this. Okay, what can we summon in that's like normal? We get the Furies coming over here, so that feels bad. More Furies to come help? Yeah, so Furies can probably rip these guys up. And those Chosen are just going all freaking day. We can keep the Horsemen fighting in combat here. That's fine. Kugath is such a Chad. He's just no mercy. And this Shrine, oh, look at the debuffs. The layering debuffs are so cool. So good cycle charging. Let's do this. We have the Horsemen fighting in melee. The Plague Father is going to go down, but, you know, he's going to take one for the team. Rot Glorious Rot would be good. I don't know where. I guess we'll just use it to get rid of whatever we can here. I don't even know how good it is against SEs. It's like such a rarely used thing. Alright, so the Furies are going to get a nice rear charge on those freaking Vargeist there. And then the Chosen are 69 kills. Yeah, still going strong. Horsemen still fighting in the objective, just fighting off zombies mainly. And yeah, we got some Pestigors. And oh, Big Daddy has escaped. Alright, that's nice. So we're going to see if he can maybe waddle away here. So I'm going to go ahead and use the slow ability on my opponent to try and slow him down, because the longer we can keep Kugath alive, the better. So we're going to go get him to the back objective here, and the Furies do get hit by the Storm of the Night, which is a brilliant play, by the way. Very, very nice play. But we need to jump on you. All right, so NURGLings, get on them. Chosen Giga Chads are still doing it, and Kugath Plague Father is coming here. Do we have any slow shit we can call in? Yeah, we have some Marauders. All right, so we just need to get infantry out at this point. All right, Kugath, it was good. It was nice knowing you, buddy. You had a good run. And now you're going to die. We're going to try and get these guys, though. Although the Shrine should probably stay on here. Yeah, Kugath needs to just... He needs to just go. He's not going to last much longer. So we need to just, you know, do our thing here. Just let him go out on his shield like the true hero of NURGLE he is. Okay, so we got the War Shrine and the Beast of NURGLE. The War Shrine is, by the way, healing a ton of HP on our units. Like, everybody near that War Shrine is getting fat erect heals, which is so freaking good. So Kugath is finally dead. But we went on our opponent's home objective with the Chosen. The Chosen able to really get the job done. Let's unsummon you and keep you guys fighting there against the zombies. We probably just went on our home objective here. I think we are going to be able to hold... He's got the late game Mortis Engine, which is brilliant. I think he needed it a lot earlier, though. Let's get a heal on these guys. Do a little fecundity there to try and counter that. Keep those Chosen online. And we can call in some mobility. Yes, to get down here. Let's get these Marauders to come down here, too. You guys come that way. Oh, we probably need to keep the Marauders back here, actually, because this is a losing fight over here. We're eventually going to lose this. The Mortis Engine's going to end our career, basically. Okay, NURGLings are still going. You know what? No, we need to go for this. We do. What do we have? Rot Knights to come in the fourth quarter and try and stuff. This is really close on the capture weight, so let's get you guys parked there. Chosen's still going strong, but my opponent is going to get the objective cap now. Let's get the Horseman over there. I'm going to save Fecundity to slow down his entire army when he tries to move to my back objective there. The War Shrine needs to try and escape now if it can. We'll see if it's possible. We do get a little bit more capture weight there, and we have a lot of dudes for the Dude God coming in. So if we can stabilize this, that's going to be very bad for my opponent. And we don't have a lot to call in, really, because our Plague Bearers have just kind of lived this entire game, you know? All right, so let's get around the back. Let's do this. The Giga Chad Chosen held for a long freaking time. So Marauders and Marauders going to get up on the point. Let's pull you around. I have, like, nothing to call in, guys. Like, nothing. Wow, my opponent's going to blitz that objective if I get folded on this side. All right, so Marauders have arrived. Horsemen can throw at that Sorcerer there. Let's get you guys to fight here and you guys to just hold here. Holding it down, and now we just get Roddies to come out. Yeah, we just got to get whatever the hell we can. All right, so you guys come there. You guys come here. We're going to go ahead and slow everything down with the Fecundity, which is going to be nice. And the Rot Knights and the Horsemen, hopefully it'll be enough to hold. We do have a lot of capture weight on my opponent's home objective there, so that's good. And very close game, though. Very, very close game. This one's knock down, drag out, man. Fecundity, any place to use that? Yeah, let's keep those guys fighting over there. We got all the mobility coming back. Rot Knights will hold here. We have basically only those units. Okay, so you guys are here. You guys are here. I think we got it. I think we got this one. Yeah, because we're holding his home objective still. The Marauders are about to get forced off, but it's going to be a hot minute. Let's get more horsemen coming in and get the Rot Knights to engage here with the Shrine, which is going to be fat heals. Blam, blam. And we did it. All right, so we're in the top 4, baby. Now we just have to pray to the Dark Gods that Slaanesh doesn't make top 4, and we have a decent chance at winning the tournament. A decent one. All right. There we go, baby. There we go. So Kugath probably still got like 4K value, right? Yeah, 5,000 value on Kugath. The War Shrine is a really cool tech. It's a lot of free healing, actually. I like it. Horseman did good. I mean, everything's pretty standard there. The Chosen did great, though. Stealing his home objective is what won us the game. So, yeah, that was it. GG, dog. You can actually... Yeah, the fact that he could actually, like, kill Kugath is scary, because it's really hard to do that. He's got 15,000 HP. Both top 4 anyways. Okay. So let's report this. That's going to be NURGLE versus Vampire Counts. NURGLE's Pestilent Glory and Vampire Counts. Okay, there we go. Heal capped Kugath is a lot of HP, it is. Yeah, it is. Bigfoot has truly blessed me, he has. The Bigfoot stream today gave us the blessings we needed to make top 4. Yeah, so we're pretty much guaranteed. I really got to hope Daniken loses their game. Daniken, if I have to play Slaanesh, we're just cooked. Yeah. Yeah, the fire damage corpse guard is a brilliant idea. Yeah, and I can't really kill corpse guards. So with NURGLE, you just got to eat it, you know? You just got to eat it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, taking a look at the tournament tonight. Let's see what this looks like. Top 4, Max, myself, Alexander Nuts defeated Arno, so we have Alexander. And Daniken is lurking here, playing against Ricochet, or probably Ricochet, I think is that matchup. Yeah, so if that's Dwarves versus Slaanesh, then we're going to be seeing Slaanesh in top 4. So basically, we have to be really lucky. We have to hope that with the 50-50 dice roll that Daniken plays Max, and then I play the other player, and then I can get to the finals, and then Max needs to beat Daniken. And then Max and I have a rematch for the final spot. That's my best chance. That's my best chance. How are you? I'm doing really good, Brown Toast. Thank you. It's been a while since you caught one of the live streams. Well, I'm happy to have you here. Hope you're doing real well. And yeah, we're just hanging. Just refreshing, waiting for the next round. Handful more games are going to finish. But regardless, getting top 4 with NURGLE, very cool. Very happy about that. Very happy about that. Yeah, you can't ignore Kugath. It's a weird paradigm. You can play objective ping pong if you want to with NURGLE, but that map was not good for ping pong because I have a home objective. So if he tries to bounce, I can reinforce it really quickly. It's harder. If it were like Itza style or like, you know, Crystal Lake or any of those maps where I don't have a home objective, he could do like a mass mobility build. It could be scary. Yeah, it's Trixie Hobbitses. Trixie Hobbitses indeed. Okay, the build was forged in the fires of 1,000. All right. So refreshing here. Let's see. Shax's Craft and Tom playing. Okay. Daniken lurking. Need to hope they do not get the win here. Ricochet, I need you to win. I need you to win. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So Alexander Nuts, what is he playing? We're going to check real quick to see what the top 4 is shaping out to be. Faction Declaration here is going to be there. Okay, so... Okay, Vampire Coast. That's an interesting one, actually. Vampire Coast versus NURGLE. They can... It can be Vampire Coast can beat you for sure. It's a very interesting matchup because they have a lot of good shooting and artillery, and then they can surprise you in the infantry game with some depth guard and positioned well. Yeah, I would love to play the Vampires instead. Give me the Vampires. Give me the Vampire Counts. Just do not give me Slaanesh. Refresh. Yep, still waiting. We got 5 games still to go. So our game didn't feel quick, right? I mean, Max, that was a pretty it wasn't a short game. Let's see what the value looked like and everything, by the way. Kugath, 5,000. Plague Bears do really good. Look at that. A 1,500 value Plague Bear is pretty nuts. 900 here. Beast of NURGLE is just there for the debuff, the Slime Trail. Horseman did fine. And yeah, Horseman did okay. Chosen did really well. About 1,400 in the face of adversity is great. And what did Max's army do? So he had a fair amount of value here and here. Good mel cost. The gooses feasted pretty hard. I mean, look at those things. Jeez Louise. 3,400 on one goose, and the other goose got 2,800. God damn, that is a lot. So the rest of the army, yeah, the Mortis engine is obviously a late game carry to kind of close things out. Yeah, overall pretty cool. Big, scary, single entity play. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then we got a couple as well. Okay, refreshing to see if we're ready for top 4. I doubt it. I think we still have a little bit of time. But if you guys are aspiring NURGLE players, Daniken won. Oh god, he made top 4. The Dark Lord has arrived with his counter faction. I think I would rather play Demons of Chaos than just Ross Lanesh. Although, I don't know. No, I think Demons of Chaos are worse, actually, than Ross Lanesh. Yeah, so we're just about there. So, refreshing. Just waiting for Space Pope and Big H to play, as well as Mr. Hill and EZ. His goose cooked me. His gooses were cooking me. Yeah. Yeah, Pancake, absolutely. I should have had Fury supporting the Chosen earlier. Yeah, because Fury's trade okay into Vargeist, actually. It's a pretty cost-effective trade for you. It is. Like, Fury's beat Felbats really hard, and they also trade pretty well into the Vargeists. I think 1-to-1 of Vargeist wins, but it takes a pretty heavy amount of damage. Okay, so I think we have our top 4. I don't think either of these guys can make it. Let me see. Space Pope has 2 wins. So, yeah, I think top 4 is pretty much clean as hell. Yeah, taking a look. Nobody went undefeated tonight. Everybody lost the game, actually. Do we have any undefeated matchups playing right now? So we got Mr. Hill, I think, is down here somewhere. Yeah, so Ricochet is done. Tom is done. Dark Horse is done. So nobody can contest the top 4. So we can just advance the top 4 then. We don't need to mess around for much longer. All right, so advancing to the top 4. Looks pretty clean. And yeah, we'll do that. Okay. How'd you go, Dark Horse? You go 3-1 tonight? 2 Felbats actually upgrades into Furies. Oh, that's pretty nice. That's not a bad little situation there, unless they have like Curse of the Leper or something, right? All right, cool. Very, very good. So Mr. Hill versus ECR. Yeah, nobody else can get top 4, so we're going to advance to top 4. All right, guys, we're in Vegas. We're rolling the dice. Are we escaping the Slanesh? I don't mind suffering for my sins, though. If I have to, I will take one for the team. Oh, we dodged Slanesh. The prophecy is still alive. We're playing, though, one of the best Vampire Coast players in the world, in Alexander Nuts. All right, let's freaking go. We dodged Slanesh. The curse is not mine to bear any longer. I feel like the Beowulf in that movie is like, she's not my curse, not anymore, the king guy. There you go. Oh, we're up. So Daniken and Max are going to be playing. All right. Daniken versus Max. All right. Congrats on dodging them. Outplayed. We out-microed him with the dodge there, that's for sure. Okay, semifinals. We got Road to Talipine, Valley of Lies, and Decrepit Moor. I always wonder about this matchup. Like, Coast can do some weird shit against you, for sure. Like, do you stuff them? Do you have to deal with all the bomber mobs? I actually think I have a build saved for this matchup. So Alexander Nuts is coming. And yeah. Armor spam is okay. Yeah, but then they go animated Hulks and they uptrade into you, so. It's a fun matchup, actually. It is. This one's pretty even, I would say. NURGLE versus Coast, they're both kind of lower mid-tier factions that I think have some really fun like kind of dynamics into each other. We'll see how this goes. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the stream on YouTube, please do drop a like. It helps out quite a bit. Helps keep the old engine going. Okay, Alexander's here, and we're going to be doing the map pick and bans. And we have Road to Talipine, Valley of Lies, Decrepit Moor. And we are going to be doing the, yeah, he's banning the first one, okay. Yo. Forsaken are really good here, too. You can do a lot of nasty stuff with Forsaken. Those guys are a menace. The Morngulls rip them up. You got to watch out. Morngulls can do some nasty work. There's some witchcraft afoot. Ricochet says, literally worst case, I needed to either win against Daniken or have you or Alexander lose for your last match. Oh, got it. Yeah. More and more sleepers fill the stream. It's true. They're here. Never played Valley before, so ban that. So Valley of Lies Valley of Lies would have been a really good map for him, actually. Let me look at the Decrepit more and see what that one looks like. Decrepit. Yeah, that one's not bad, actually. We'll play... Yeah, we'll play the Decrepit more, because at least there's some line of sight there. Okay, so he's on the Vampire Coast. We're playing Big Papa NURGLE here, and now it is time for us to feast. So what do I have against Vampire Coast? I don't know. I think my old build I got rid of, and we have a new one now. Is that really how we play this? It feels a little bit janky if you ask me. Every time I bring this kind of style, I end up losing. That's Wookiee. That was my old dog. He's James Hetfield. It was his spirit animal there, or he's the spirit animal of James Hetfield. I think he looks like the lead singer of Metallica. I really do. This is an argument we've had on several occasions, but I do think it's the case. All right, so yeah, this map has got some funny business. Do we need these guys? Yeah, this is very much like what we usually do against them. Triple bloat? I don't know if he's going to bloat me. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see the dreaded bloat coming out. Probably some sort of an admiral or something. Yeah, we're going to get you, and then this as well. We need to worry about magic damage, though, of course. Yeah, we're having some fun. It's going to be good. So let's cut a couple of these gremlins. Let's get you out in the starting army. And we have Furies. I feel like this build I have is outdated. Yeah, I need to switch it up, man. The Noxbringer is kind of a cute one here, but he tends to just get cannonballed, and they have so much low-quality shooting that he really doesn't do it. Plague Ogres are okay, but they don't do magic damage. You need to pack some magic damage here. Probably Battletoads are fine just to counter Sirens. Battletoads do okay for you. Okay, and yes. A couple of these bad boys here. Summon the Elector Battletoads. All right. Get you in there. So now we have 100 gold left. What sort of witchcraft do I bring? How do bloats do versus Wrathmongers? They do like no damage because Wrathmongers have a very funky model count. Yeah, it's an unfortunate one. All right, so how are we going to play this? I think this style works pretty well. Wish NURGLE had archers. I wish we had plague archers we could shoot with. Oh, that'd be so nice in this matchup. Some dreaded plague archers just ripping shots. Okay. Yes. And we probably don't need you. Let's call in one of these in reserve. I do not feel confident in this build. I mean, you could do a big armor wall check and like really stuff them back if you want to. You really could. Like just mass warriors, right? With like spell spam. That might not actually be a terrible idea, but the bomber mobs do a lot of damage. They give you a lot of damage. Yeah, and then Morngulls are also a thing you got to watch out for. Morngulls are menacing. We don't have like the best answers for Morngulls aside from like throwing weapons and stuff like that. Spawn are kind of interesting actually because they can fight against a lot of these different kind of units. Yes. But Spawn do not have the magic damage. And they would be very weak against like the hybrid pistol fire. All right, let's see if this works. I mean, I had this build ready, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Yeah, good luck, have fun. I have no idea how this is gonna go. We could get wrecked, or we could do the wrecking. Has the Toe Dragon? No, we didn't get any Toe Dragon matchups tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, cannons I'm not too worried about. He can go cannon if he wants to. I would love to see Vampire Coast win a tournament too, so this is a win for all of us. Oh, is the new Alien TV show out? Please tell me it's good and not terrible. Because my wife is a diehard Alien fan. I love Alien as well, but she takes it to the next level. But I hope that it's going to be good. We're rewatching Supernatural right now, so we're going balls deep in that. Okay, so let's do this. And get you out here as well to grab that. So one. So we're going with Festus. Now, Festus is a character I find I lose games when I go with Festus. Like, I don't know what it is, but he tends to just have trouble and get sniped. As a 90%? Oh, that's great news. So we're going to get you here. We're going to get some of these guys out there as well. So 2, 3, and then 3 and 4. Okay. I'm glad to hear it's doing well, though. I mean, I love the alien stuff, so... Are they doing that bullshit where they release 1 episode a week, or is it just... do they just unleash all the glory on us right away? I'm curious to know. Alright. I love Supernatural. It's such a fun show. Yeah, Festus can get beaten down in combat. It's one of his issues, 100%. So we're going to go see if we can steal our opponent's home objective and maybe harass them off it. I don't know. My opponent has a big army, which means it's going to be a coast blob, like a coast bush. We're going to try and get the outside here. We'll see if we can. Okay. He's still not ready. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. And you guys move up here, and let's get the Marauders to head over here too. All right, so can we steal their home objective is the question. It's a bit of an ambitious play. I think we just park here. We're going to move up and get this, and then we see what they have. All right, so that's going to go to us. It's going to be 12 capture weight. We have you capturing this. We have a couple Furies, which we can go explore the trees. And Festus and company are going to be moving for their home objective here. Aranis Assault Spite, interesting. Okay, that's actually fine. Do we have a Vampire Caster of Death? We're going to get their home objective here, which is good. This one's going to be taken by Marauders. I could attack with the Furies real quick on the Vampires. We do see Bomber Mobs. Okay, so the Bomber Mobs are coming, and they are going to be very dreaded. Yeah, I'm hoping we can secure this objective before things get ugly and maybe buy some time on this one. Festus and company are going to take a hot minute to get here. Okay, so we get the victory point there. We do. My opponent going for a pretty wide build here. Bomber Mobs are going to be a menace. I don't really know what to call in here, honestly. I think some Forsaken could be fine. Get those guys out on the wings, and we're just going to park here. Hold this one for as long as possible, and yeah, now we just peace out. Festus and company are going to home push my opponent's home objective there, and we're going to just try and, you know, pressure all 3 points, basically. So that is a shitload of Bomber Mobs. That is a hell of a lot of those guys. Festus and company are moving, and we got some Forsaken coming. Hounds are at the ready, and Furies can kind of park on the outside here. Holy shit, I didn't notice those guns. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's such a bad start. It's okay. They're just horsemen, though. That's fine. They're a tertiary element of our strategy. Okay, so we're going to get you guys here and here. Do this. And the Forsaken are on their way out. Okay. So we do have the points lead. That's going to be going there. We're going to get these doggies to go over here. And the horsemen are suffering the troll toll, unfortunately. They are paying it. Okay, Festus, we need to put the healing elixirs on. We're going to move up there, take you guys out of the lock group. So you go here, you go here. Character, character, and character. You're going to go right there. And great. So we're going to get these houndos there. And then we're going to call in some mobility, I'm thinking. So Pestigores and hounds. Yeah, you guys go. All right, let's do that. And then the Marauders on the objectives here. We need to just run with them. We're basically just running. Yeah, just running away. Being really cagey and really gremlin-like. Okay, these dogs need to get back. They got a little bit sloppy there. Horsemen here, and some of the units are overextending, which is good. So Festus is chilling. And in the meantime, we do get some Forsaken coming around the outside, so we're going to tie those guys down. We're going to get here. We're going to do this and this. Get these horsemen lurking. You guys wait back. And now Festus just needs to basically endure in this situation. We have the Morgulls. We have the summons and shit. Those are armored warriors. You guys keep doing your thing here. And we might need to call in a single Pestigore to make sure we don't lose the back objective. And the Marauders, how's that fight looking out here? Very, very good fight for us there. So just keep moving back and back. We're going to have summons soon. And you guys, where do we want to go? I think we rotate over here and get this handgun unit that's a little bit overextended. Festus is providing heals for the boys. I think we could do a Fleshy Abundance on the injured Chaos Warrior here and try and keep him fighting longer. And we do have a summon, which we're going to use on the secondary now. Great. So doggies get around the back, and on the Marauders on the other side, it's going pretty well in some areas, I guess. We have been able to do our thing here, so we're going to charge you, and we have been able to tie down some guns. All right, so you zombies get in there. The dogs looping around the back, and did I throw my back objective? I did not, so that's great. All right, so let's get you guys here, get the Pestigore to fight these guys, and these horsemen can chill here. These dogs are going to go around the top side, and Festus needs to get away now. So this is what I'm talking about, where Festus can be bullied a little bit. But thankfully, he does have some fat heals, so that's going to be nice. All right, so the Marauders, did we close the distance here? We did not quite. We were able to get there, so he does get the Bomber Mob salvos off, which feels bad. Horsemen of the Apocalypse, how are they looking? Have we stolen the home objective? We have. So let's get the dogs here, get the dogs here, and you guys can tie down these guns, and hopefully we can just start locking some shit down. Festus is getting that good bump and grind, and the Chaos Warriors are very Giga Chad. We've been able to get onto the bomber mobs to an extent here. Forsaken still ripping it up pretty well. I think now we can start calling in Forsaken and Battletoads. Sure, why not? All right. So you guys come over there. We do have our opponent's home objective, but probably not for long. The doggies need to keep chasing these guns. And the horsemen get in combat here? Yeah, but he's got good crossfire, so not looking super good. All right, so how are we hanging? Let's keep everybody together. Make sure everybody's a big, happy family. And we do have the bomber mobs tied down here. I would love a Fury right now. That'd be super nice. We'll do a little fecundity here to keep the warriors going. And yeah, just kind of keep fighting on my opponent's home objective here. Hounds do get onto the guns. It's excellent. We're able to shut those guys down. Is that really a Fate of Buna on that freaking unit there? That is some madness. All right, I'm so happy to see the magic being used like that. That is great for us. All right, do we have any infantry still fighting? We do. Let's get these bomber mobs offline. Let's get you here. And the Hound units have returned, so somehow Palpa Hound has returned. And are we looking at any options over here? Not really, so we're going to get the Battletoads to run this way. Forsaken to come this way as well. And yeah, we really just need our Festus Death Star to win this. Like, straight up. That's just what needs to happen here. Cultists can come after you guys. We have a little bit of magic, so I don't think I need to heal Festus at the moment. These Gores are going to hold that point. That's looking good, and some of the guns are going to get shut down here. Do we have any other guns we want to shut down? Yeah, we have these deckhand mobs we could probably obliterate, and then we can call in some Furies on the outside here to start maybe ripping up these bomber mobs. Ooh, yeah, I don't know about that. Let's just fight these, I'm thinking. That's going to be the play. All right, so Festus is doing it. We do have these guys getting in there. He's afflicted by this net thing. Yeah, dealing with these freaking Night Terrors is going to be hard. So I think Festus needs to get a heal going before he gets really smashed up. And yeah, let's get these goats coming over to help him. Let's get you guys over there. Hounds coming over there as well. And a couple Hound units back here. Okay, so where can we go? We can go get on these pistol mobs. Festus thankfully did get his heal off, and we have the goats coming in to help him. Forsaken are getting some good fights across the battlefield, and the Fury is also able to tie down that bomber mob, which is great. Battletoads having a good fight, and gotta love to see it. Let's get you guys over there, and we might need to call in something quick. Do we have anything fast here? We do, so we're gonna get you. Park you right there. And Festus is now full health and cackling. All right, that's great. So the two cultist guys are doing their best. Festus, we probably want to go Mortis Engine effect right now, try and drain these bad boys down. Let's get into them, drain over here, and are we starting to win some fights over here? It's a little bit messy, but some of them are actually going okay. Forsaken, you guys fight there. Battletoad's doing good. Value is getting brought closer, which is a good sign for us. If I can just keep Festus alive, then that's going to be a very, very god tier situation for us. And the Mortis Engine effect is doing good. We cannot afford to lose our back objective. Do we have any infantry I can call out that are speedy-ish? Not really, so it's just going to have to be Furies. So Fury's going to come in, rip you guys up, and I could use Glorious Rot over here, but I think saving Fecundity for Festus is going to be the play. So we're going to get Fecundity, going to charge you guys in there, and he's going to go back to his healing elixirs, and we're going to do a nice Stream of Corruption, which is going to hit like everything here. All right, so Festus needs to get away. He's such a sketchy character to play, I feel. He's like, happens with him. What the hell terrified him, by the way? I don't even know what terrified him. All right, so let's get you guys on the point. We need to get Festus out of this like overextension right now. I think he will be fine. Some of you guys get back on the point. So there you go. And what do we have here to call in? Basically nothing. All right. So Festus does get pop locked and dropped. He is in some danger. We can do a Rancid Visitations on the Night Terrors there, but he just gets broken, so that feels bad. Okay, so that point's going to us. We're going to get you guys over here. Hold that point, and Festus is broken. Granted, he is a character that we can resummon reasonably easily. This point, does it belong to us? Not yet. Okay, it still does. Thankfully, we are killing stuff there, so we'll see. Festus is naturally broken. We do have the cultist summon there, so let's get you and get you to charge those guys. Battletoads and Forsaken. Let's rip this shit up. Points are getting very, very close. Thinking about just sending a spawn over here, actually. I think that'll be good. All right, so we're going to send a spawn. He's going to go over there. And how's Festus doing? He's trying. He's trying his best. He is getting attacked by quite a bit. It's a shame we never got that Rancid Visitation off. That would have been really good, but we did not get it. I think I'm behind. I think my build was not quite up to it. And again, I was right about Festus. I always lose when I bring him. It's like a freaking curse of NURGLE or something. All right, so we're going to go reclaim our home objective. I'm hoping it is being torn up here. Festus, we can slow down some of the boys chasing him and try and peel them off. The cultist here is fighting Aranessa with her nets. And here, it looks like we're going to get that point back. This one's a little bit sketchy. Let's get the throwing weapons ripping it up here. And we can call in some Furies to come over here and deal with some of the guns that are on their way over. All right, so that's going to be ours. Festus is going to be saved, probably. I'll get some horsemen to come and salvage that. One cultist is still fighting. It is fighting Depth Guard polearms, which is a dangerous fight. But we do manage to get that objective back. Forsaken are ripping and tearing. We do have the double gun mob over here, so we're probably going to need a hound to truly deal with this. Let's get in there, do this, call in a hound here in a moment to get on top of these guns. And Festus, we should be able to salvage him. I think we're going to be able to save him. He's going to come back, so that's going to be very, very nice. All right, so hounds. Let's get the hounds, release the hounds, get the Furies back. Forsaken are ripping and tearing and getting that objective. So now we are going to be forced back a little bit here. In the meantime, these Furies can come over here as well. So we're going to get you, we're going to get you, and we're going to get you. And then maybe we can do this. So Festus is going to most likely rally, which is going to be great. So let's get you guys in there. My opponent really going for it. Let's get this other cultist coming back here as well. He did not rally. Do I have anything fast that can support him? A couple poison hounds maybe? Could peel some of these units off. I think horsemen will be a little bit better. Aranessa might go greedily and deeply here, so we're going to slow her down. Try and buy time for that. We do collapse on the gun line over here, so that objective actually going to go to us. But most likely in danger of losing this to the Vampire Coast Blob. It's a lot of stuff. All right, so let's get you, get some horsemen to come over here and start throwing a little bit. You Chaos Warriors can charge these guns. And did we crumble that shooting position? We did. So Spawn are also getting this with the Forsaken. So that's outstanding. Furies are really getting the job done here. So we need to get you across there to kill those halberds. Unfortunately, we're kind of behind in points too, which is the one thing that's very sketchy. Yeah, Festus, I think, will come back, though, actually. I think he's going to return to us in our hour of need. These Furies are going to do this. We're going to get you guys to kill these guys out there. And that is a NURGLE. Let's come here and maybe do a little bit of rear charging. Festus has returned like Palpatine. So we could try and snipe Aranessa. I think just using a snipe on these guys is going to be the play. And what do we want to call in next? Battletoads aren't going to be super great here. Marauders and Battletoads, I guess, together could do something. We'll have to see. But that objective's going to go to us, 100%. So we might have to work out some weird triple cap shit. Do we kill these freaking things? Not yet. Those are Depth Guard in there, so Depth Guard are going to be a problem. He's going for a preemptive Helm's Deep, which is a brilliant idea. It's very, very good. We can do the Mortis Engine since it's already healing capped. We're going to go after the Depth Guard polearms here. Let's get some doggies in there. We pretty much got to go all hands on deck here, and we got to try and get this objective back. It ain't going to be easy, but somebody's got to do it. All right, so let's get Festus over there. Let's get you guys on the objective. Yeah, you guys move up. This one's looking pretty good for us. Furies can go, and we can start chewing on some of these zombies. So that situation looks totally handled. Okay. Yeah, he's going to get me in a triple cap situation, though. It's going to be us pushing back, for sure. All right, so let's see if we can kill Aranessa here, maybe. Yeah, the Depth Guard polearms are having a badish time. Let's get the goats getting in there, and you guys are coming here. Let's get another one of these guys to come in. Horsemen are at the ready. And yeah, the Furies, what can they attack? I mean, Furies are really good against a lot of these units. We're going to call some spawn over, and we're just going to attack on the side, see if we can wear them down. Aranessa's, you know, playing a dangerous-ish game, but I think is still okay. Yeah, she still beats Festus in combat, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and slow her down like this, and then we're going to do a Rancid Visitations right there, try and slow that shit down. Throwing weapons on this, and yeah, she's taking some damage. I mean, that's going to do some work. My opponent might split for this. Let's get on the Bomber Mob, and the Furies are doing what they can, but yeah, a lot of nastiness over there. This cultist is back. Probably need him to reclaim our home objective here. All right. So NURGLEs are chasing. I mean, we are starting to pull value back, but it's probably GG because we're not going to be able to get the point. But very well played. I mean, great. I love... Coast is a faction that, like, losing to them doesn't feel bad. It's like, you always know that the Coast player earned it. It's not like some cheesy shit like, you know, Slanesh or something. All right, so let's get in there, do this. And you guys can come here. Keep the throwing weapons going. I mean, we probably do reclaim this objective eventually, but I don't think it's going to be enough. You know, we have the outside. So Festus was all right. I mean, he did do healing and Mortis effects and things like that, but I always find myself getting a little bit disappointed by him. I think my original build would have been way better, just like a big armor check with spell spam. That I think would have been really good. I'll be interested to see how well the Warriors did. You know, I'll be really interested. All right, let's do a stream, do that on those guys, get you in here. And the spawn, how are the spawn doing, by the way? 66 kills, 300 value, give or take. Let's call another Fury in. We're going to be parking everybody here, and despite that, we still don't have the capture weight, which is pretty nuts. GG, well played. Great game. Let's get the Mortis Man in there. Do you guys remember when Festus was just like the absolute meta terror? Yeah, he had his time in the sun, that's for sure. Do this, drop the fecundity. Everybody here is freaking healing cap, so they can't really do much. That objective's coming back for us, but my opponent's at 1450 points. There's absolutely no way in hell we get his back objective. But a good run for Grandfather tonight. You know, Grandpapa NURGLE had a good time. Obviously, we're in a situation now where we can maybe kill Aranessa and push back, but it's way too late. It's way too late, you know? Yeah, Warriors, I was going to do a Warrior wall, like as much armor as I could present. It would have been interesting. The spawn, yeah, they did okay on this side, because he didn't have anything to really stop the spawn. That's going to go to us, and GG, well played. Festus still mortis engineing people, even when he's on death's bed, which is pretty cool. Very well played. Great game. Great game. Let's look at the value. So, Horsemen did fine. Cultists, they did their part. Festus paid for himself. Furies were really good. The Furies are obviously very nice. I wish I had max Furies. I only brought 2, which was really bad. I needed more of those. Aside from that, yeah, Depth Guard did good. Morngulls are big winners in that matchup. They're very good. GG dog, make sure to report score correctly. All right. So checking here to see who won on the other side. And ooh, Daniken actually defeated Max though. Okay, so I was a little bit sad about losing that game, guys. I was like, oh, you know, man, there goes my chance at the grand finals. But Slaanesh advanced to the grand finals, so it's fine. All's good in the neighborhood. I don't have to suffer. Okay, so let's do this, and we're going to get this here, set this up. GG, well played. Awesome to see the big Alexander nuts dropping the fat nuts and doing some work. Finals are going to be here. So host this. So that's going to be Daniken. It's the triple handgun meme, yes, yeah. And Daniken as well. All right. Is it time to start banning Slaanesh and SFTs again? I don't think so. I think there's other factions that can beat them. But this is going to be it. This is for all the marbles for tonight. It's going to be our Vampire Coast versus Slaanesh matchup, which I don't know how Coast wins that, but we're going to find out if it's possible. You know what? Maybe Coast could snipe the enemy Lord. Oh, Aranessa's probably pretty good here, actually. Like anti-large, snaring on the big demons so with a little bit of combined arms fire. That's actually not terrible. Not bad. Yeah, Festus did get his Mortis Engine nerfed, correct. He was very strong when it came out. He's a fine character. Ah, Pancake, that's tough. Yeah, you want to join a tourney, but you never get you just got a busy work schedule or just life gets in the way, huh? Yeah. You don't have any, like, short form tournaments. Sometimes, I mean, I know there's somebody running a league that's, like, offline right now. If you go, let me show you. So... yeah, the old people slow roast. So this, you could join this. This is being played in August, and it's not my event. Yeah, want to play a tournament, but don't have time for the entire thing. Too busy with family or work. Those crazy kids play at a time a normal person is asleep. Here you go. So you could sign up for this. It's something you play offline, I think. So there's no brackets yet, but you can see people signed up. So you basically just play this off stream, and you do that. Someone has a tourney where it's 1 game a week. Yeah, so 1 game a week, yeah. So it's like a little casual thing. They should make it a best of 3, actually. That'd be, if it's not SFT, is it? Yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, 4 or 5. Maybe it is just 1 game. We'll play 1 round each week. Okay, is it best of 3, though? No, it looks like it's best of 1. Interesting. Okay, and let's see how we're looking. Daniken should be on the way in a moment. Banning Edge of the Darkwood there. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, just waiting for Daniken to get here. Okay. So let me know what the map is when you guys figure it out. Let me know map when done. Okay. So they'll tell me Daniken does have the invite code, so should be here in a moment. I don't know if he's AFK off in the Shadow Realm somewhere. Seeing Vampire Coast beat Slaanesh would be an insane upset, by the way. That would be a huge upset. Best of 3s take too long? They can, but if it's only 1 a week, you know, a best of 3 could be finished in an hour, but I guess just 1 game is fine. If I got back into Total War, I would host a league where you play a best of 3 once a week, like a sports league, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Those kind of things are fun for sure. Just waiting on the map. So Slaanesh versus Vampire Coast. Very cool to see Vampire Coast crushing it. Alexander Nuts went 4-1 tonight, so I think he Yeah, I think he went 4-1. Not bad at all. And then obviously is now 5-1. So he's going to be facing the Dark Lord of Slaanesh here, Daniken Drop. Very, very good micro on these kind of factions. Which map? So let's see what the map is going to be. Let's see what Daniken is going to be saying. We'll be having a launch tournament for the Dawn of War 1 remaster also. So if you guys want to get a little bit of practice in there in the old game, we will be having a big community launch tournament on Total Tavern, which will be fun. Yeah, it's going to be great. Excited to play some Chaos. I never played Dawn. How many of you guys played Dawn of War 1? Would you say it's more like micro-intensive, or is it something that is just kind of like, is it more macro? Like you just produce shit and send it to your opponent's base? Or is the micro really important? And like, how does the hero system work as well? Can anybody give me like a quick summary so I can start scheming big? A 3v3 tourney. Yeah, 3v3 is fun if it doesn't lag. That's the problem. 3v3 is very fun if you don't have the dreaded lag, you know? That's really the bane of all those fun formats. Definitely micro important. Got it. Classic game, didn't hear about the remaster. That's going to be sweet. Yeah, it's coming out in like a week or two, I think, right? August. Yeah, it has base building too. Eldar used a lot of micro with webways. Got it. Much more macro. Okay, I'm hearing some different opinions. Micro, but base building and order matters. Okay, so it's like a classic RTS. Heroes are kind of like Warcraft 3. They have abilities but no experience or leveling or items. Okay, so you just get a hero and he just comes with like a stock set of things and doesn't progress. That's kind of cool in a way because you don't like snowball your opponent by feeding a hero or whatever, right? In the same way. So we're going to be playing Road. Okay, they both told me Road. I think it's Road to Talabheim. Here we go. Tis the road to Talabheim. Tis the grand finals. Vampire Coast Slaanesh. I don't know how Coast wins this. Maybe just a Death Star of wide shit and just kind of tries to do what they did to me, but bombers and Aranessa and handgun mobs supporting in the back. It's going to be good. I don't think you can have proper micro with how bad the unit pathing is. Oh, okay, so it's one of those things. Well, with the remaster, maybe it's going to be better. Age of Wonders 4 soon, yeah. Pone and I will probably do a stream of that. We'll probably have a Duel of Fates. We will. How many of you homies were hanging out with Bigfoot yesterday? Did we get the heroes there? Hey, take a look. Thank you for the donation. He says, Turin, I love you, but curse you. You've got a Creed song stuck in your head now, 6 feet. Oh, hell yeah. That's one of the goats. Okay. Yeah, Creed's got some funny shit. The song is, I think, called One Last Breath, right? Please come now. I think I'm falling in. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, man, Creed. Those are some powerful late 90s, early 2000s lyrics. You know, just like with some of the most haggard CGI ever behind him. Yeah, it was great. Okay, Vampire Coast is ready, by the way. The Bigfoot stream was amazing. Zipline tech, yeah, it's so funny. Watch your corner poor Pone in the cabin. That was the best moment of the entire stream. When we cornered Bigfoot in the cabin, and he was like hiding behind the stocking shelf, that was the funniest thing. Yeah. How many years do you think you listening to Creed adds to your lifespan? Probably a bit, you know? Probably a bit. I think Creed's good for the soul. I don't listen to Creed too much, but I did when I was young. When I was like the year 2001, 2002, I was bumping Creed. But now if they come on, I'll keep the song on, but I don't actively seek them out like I used to, I would say. I don't remember Creed doing the Super Bowl. No, I don't remember that actually. I'm sure I would maybe remember it if I saw it, but I remember Creed had a side project too. The Scott Stapp, he had a band called Alter Bridge. I remember they had some songs I enjoyed when I was in high school too. Some real cringy stuff. I wept for Pone when he was trapped in the shed. They lit him up like a Christmas tree. Yeah, the Bigfoot game was fun. It's a good like one-off thing to just play with the friends every now and then, you know. I think the Evil Dead one is better though. The Evil Dead game I think is a little bit more fun. Although the Bigfoot is more meme heavy, right? Pone's his redneck accents was great when he was like role playing. It was really really fun. Okay, I'm getting pinged, but I think we're all good in the neighborhood. And here we go. Vampire Coast is ready. Slaanesh is taking their sweet time. They're getting real into it. They're like, I can't lose to this B tier faction, this B movie faction. I have to go full sweat. Yeah, Creed was a fun one. I used to jam with Smash Mouth. How many of the homies here listen to All Star on repeat, like over and over? I couldn't have been the only one, right? No, I got eliminated in the semis. We did good though, Juan. We had a good run. We got to top 4 today with NURGLE. Yeah, man, it was so good. Hold me now. And then All Star. All Star was such an earworm of a song. When you were like 11, 12 years old in the late 90s and All Star came on, that was a very spiritual experience. It was great. Yeah. When the Morning Comes, Sugar Ray, every morning I'm awake. That's so good. Every morning and someday when my life has passed me by. That's like pure 90s to me. Like pure 90s, those songs. It's great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough. Let's take a look and break it down. It is going to be the Vampire Coast versus the dreaded Slaanesh. Make sure I have my game volume on. Yep, hear the zombies shrieking and stuff. It's all good. But it is going to be Vampire Coast versus Slaanesh in the grand finals today. A very big mismatch in terms of faction strength, but Vampire Coast can definitely pull off wins if it's somebody who specializes like Alexander Nuts. It's going to be deckhand mobs backed up by 4 handgun mobs, so we do see Gunline Coast, which I love to see. Alexander Nuts carrying the mantle of the Vampire Coast. We got a couple bomber mobs as well, which are going to be able to put the hurt on Slaaneshi infantry. I mean, they wreck all infantry. The bomber mobs, if they can get on Forsaken, if they can get on whatever, they will give them the business. All right, it is going to be Aranessa once again using the Spearfisher's Net, which is going to be really good, by the way. If Slaanesh moves into range with a very vulnerable target, talk about Value City and the Kraken's Bane too. For the armies of Danik and Trop, it's actually going to be kind of what I was thinking about doing last game, which is a big check. It's just like a mass amount of infantry, triple capping the Vampire Coast. Granted, this map is way easier for that because there are 3 objectives side by side, so you're going to be able to get that going. Hey, Melting, thank you. I appreciate the $2. Yes, indeed. All right, Devoted Marauders, Shielded Marauders, Prince Sigvald the Magnificent, and we do have a Shadowcaster with Melkoth and Enfeebling Foe. A couple Horsemen going to be vanguarding out on the side. This is a map that is very, very good for Slaanesh because you got 3 objectives. It's very big and they're all contested, which is exactly what Slaanesh is going to be wanting. Now, the win condition for the Vampire Coast. Basically, what you want to do is you want to grab some units here, and then you want to move up on that objective and grab it, okay? And once you have this objective, you want to like kind of spray your units out this way and just play these 2 points. Trying to triple cap Slaanesh is a recipe for disaster because if you overextend, they're going to be picking apart any of your units, and you're going to be having a very bad time. Moving up, though, Aranessa and her pet Deathcaster. Buna is a great choice here. Very good against Seekers or Heartseekers or any of the elite units that you might be encountering. So that's going to be very, very nice. And yes, we do see this point. It is going to be going to the Prince of Darkness. So yeah, the Devoted Marauders arrive. And these ones, it's going to be 5-10 capture weight against the 6 capture weight, which is going to be going down right here. And then another 5 capture weight is going to be coming in. So that one will be going to the forces of the Dark Prince. So there it goes. Yeah, so this is what we call like a stuffing strategy. Slaanesh might lose on value, but they're probably going to have a big advantage on points, right? That is the game plan. And then you just kind of hold for as long as you possibly can. But what's going to happen now is Alexander is going to slow push up with his bombers, and he is going to be calling in Mourngles. Mourngles are for sure your best friend here. They're going to be quite excellent. And now the Vampire Coast does have the capture weight as the zombies move up, providing their 5 capture weight. Forsaken waiting on the wings to charge in there and cause havoc. I'm surprised we're not seeing Mourngles out yet, as Daniken looks like he's going to be going for a big surround. So a lot of forces coming in, and the Vampire Coast is going to be dropping a Fate of Boring here on the Forsaken, which is a great choice. In response to that, we do see a call out of Hellstrider, so there are going to be the Hellscourge variant. You don't need anti-large here. Mourngles creeping out of the trees, and they're going to be very, very nice at pushing in there. So, yeah, this is like the threat, right? Forsaken coming around against your weak halberds. Having a Mourngles stealth right here is brilliant. You're going to be able to sit and counterpunch those Forsaken and punch them right in the dong when they try and move in. So the slow push strategy is being, unveiled here, but you can't win on just one objective. Alexander's going to need to be a little bit more objective here as the bomber mobs do close ranks, and now you're going to be seeing these guys being sent to a pleasure palace that they will not enjoy. So getting nuked by the bombs there and immediately losing half health, that is going to let the deckhand mobs probably have an advantage there. And look at the guns. So Alexander Nuts dropping the big nuts here on the face of these Forsaken with his handgun mob. So talk about Value City. Alexander forming a shield wall here. His guns are going to be shooting away into these units, and it looks like he's going to be sounding the horn of war. The Slaanesh forces are going to be swamping and trying to overwhelm here, and we're going to see if they can get it done. Massive capture weight advantage here on the objective here. For the Vampire Coast, as another bomber mob's going to be coming in, and that's going to be a nasty salvo as these Marauders are going to be getting Shadow Realmed once again. Losing a ton of HP and getting broken almost instantly, so very, very good stuff. Forsaken coming around the flanks, and we do see some horsemen as well. Let me have some water real quick. Moving around the flank there, but the guns are going to be zeroing in. Alexander Nuts with good micro so far. Morngul's getting into Forsaken here. These Forsaken might cause a bit of problems, but we will see. On the backside, a couple Devoted Marauders with Spears did come in, and they are intercepted by the Night Terrors, but not a good fight here for the Vampire Coast. What you'd want to do in this situation, if you're Alexander Nuts, is call in a Scurvy Dog. Scurvy Dogs can rip apart Spears very quickly if they have Morngul support, but we'll see how it goes. So far, the Vampire Coast battle lines are holding well. Slaanesh has not been able to penetrate in and get any real significant damage. Morngul's able to push here, and everywhere we look, it's looking pretty okay. Spearfisher's Net activated here, going to be locking down the Forsaken for a period of time, allowing the heroes of the Vampire Coast to get in combat. In the meantime, on the backside, it looks like nothing is pressuring or enveloping here, as Slaanesh is keeping the value trading even, which is not good for Alexander Nuts. You would think that the aggressor would be the one when overextending who would be behind on value, but Slaaneshi infantry can definitely trade very, very well. Aranessa taking a little bit of damage, as is the Vampire of Death. They're basically just running away from Sigvald at this point, but the Undead are holding on to the point. Their guns are still active. We do have the handguns here. The Powder Wet General going to be shooting into the old Hellstriders down there, which is good. Hellstriders with Hellscourge is very, very menacing. But this is going to be a very important fight for the Vampire Coast, right? Because we do have them winning here, obviously, right? This is the epicenter of their strength. They're two characters, they're bomber mobs, but the big thing is Vampire Coast going to be able to win here and then get that counter push up onto the objective and get in the game? Because if you give Slaanesh too much time here, you're going to be paying the troll toll. Now, it looks like the gun line is starting to falter a little bit, but we do see Morngul's being called in. So Morngul's are going to be wrecking these horsemen with their wacky inflatable arms, and these are not anti-large Hellstriders. I believe these are the Hellscourges, so they're actually going to be trading not super efficiently into the Morngul's here. Morngul's might actually be able to win this. So Fury's descending from the skies for Slaanesh. Danikentrop is pulling ahead in value, as Sigvald is, a very, very persistent hunter here. He's going to be hunting down the Vampire Fleet, Captain of Death, getting a lot of attacks in there, and Aranessa is also in a bit of a dodgy situation as well. Slaanesh is very sticky, very hard to get rid of. They, of course, do have the physical resist across the entire roster, as well as the immune to psychology, so terror routing them is impossible. Kind of a weird one. I think it'd be more balanced, and Creative Assembly should change it so Slaanesh can, if they want to be tabletop accurate, like lore accurate, Slaanesh is not immune to terror routes. If you made them immune to fear, that would make more sense. But like actual terrifying units, Slaanesh heretics will still run under the wrong circumstances. But I know that's never going to happen. But in tabletop, you can terror out Mark of Slaanesh units. So yeah, a little bit of that. But Danikentrop pulling a value lead. However, a lot of his value is tied up in the Vampire Caster here. But Sigvald is going pretty balls deep. He's basically killing the caster. Aranessa Saltspite is afflicted by the enfeebling foe, and with her 20 armor is surrounded by Forsaken, which is very, very bad. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that Slaanesh is going to run away with the game. A very valiant attempt, but ironically, what ended up being the weak point here for the Vampire Coast was their characters. Aranessa, as well as that Deathcaster, basically just getting wrecked by Sigvald. Sigvald just running around with his assless chaps and causing a lot of havoc. And Aranessa is going to be at 5 leadership, running away here. And on the backside, the Forsaken, as well as the Hellscourge, able to get some big work done and push them back. So that strategy of mass infantry checking coast seems to be the way to do it, instead of trying to abuse powerful foot characters. Right now, Aranessa does get afflicted by Fascination, and that is going to be a tap out. And the subtle torture, not really subtly torturing the Vampire Coast there, but Slaanesh showing why they are just a Dark Lord faction. They're so strong. But, I don't think it's unwinnable for Vampire Coast. I think they probably would just need to change their Lord option. Maybe have somebody who can endure Sigvald. You could put Aranessa on a Crab, too. If you put Aranessa on a Crab, she would actually have a ton of armor and wouldn't really care about Sigvald. So that's probably the way you need to go about it. But, yeah, nice try. The guns and the bombs had a very good start out of the gates. But in the end, Slaanesh showing why they are OP and swarming. And it's only going to get worse. When they get a update, it's going to be very, very scary indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen of the old world, I hope you guys all had a lot of fun. I'm going to be having a bit of a shorter stream today because I need to rest my old man hands. Bigfoot really took it out of me yesterday, as well as playing today, so I need to rest. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow we'll be back streaming something. I don't know what, but it's going to be fun. Ladies and gentlemen of the old world, please do drop a like on the way out on YouTube or consider becoming a channel member if you guys enjoyed what you saw. And for those of you guys on old Twitch, thank you so much. Consider following and subscribing if you enjoyed what you saw. Well played to all of our champs today. The old world is still going, man. We're having great tournaments, great players playing, always fun to see. Congrats to Danikin for yet another victory there. And ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. We're going to see you around. Adios, do widzenia, and may, well, I would say Slanesh bless. Maybe to an extent. Like, minor Slanesh blessings are probably chill, but going all the way is, that's where it gets a little bit shady. So, yeah, you know how it goes. GG, well played, guys, and we will see you all around. Cheers.